In the sacred light of the Inca, her hands weave peace into the sacred suncloth. Let the softness pull you under.
The lingering warmth of your vicuña mantle, now softly illuminated, invites a gentle shift within your highland chambers. You feel the deep, untroubled quiet of the early morning. The fine hairs of the vicuña, already warmed by your rest, brush against your arm as you adjust slightly, the fabric responding with a soft, almost inaudible sigh. You trace the intricate geometric patterns woven into the mantle's edge with a slow fingertip. Each line, each shape, feels deliberate under your touch, a testament to the master weavers who crafted such perfection. The fibers are impossibly soft, a delicate cloud against your skin, yet dense enough to hold the lingering coolness of the night air at bay. You notice the subtle variation in the natural undyed hues, from the palest cream to a rich, warm fawn, catching the slanting sunlight that now reaches further into the room. A deep, unhurried breath expands your chest, and you feel the slight give of the woven sleeping mat beneath you. It is firm, yet yielding, covered in layers of finely spun cotton, cool and smooth where your hand presses against it. A faint, earthy scent of dried mountain herbs, perhaps from the mat's stuffing or a sachet tucked nearby, rises gently. You stretch, arms reaching slowly overhead, feeling the long, satisfying extension through your torso. The muscles in your back release their overnight stillness with a quiet, internal grace. Your gaze drifts from the exquisite textile to the solid, meticulously fitted stones of the chamber wall. The precise cuts, the seamless joins, speak of a profound understanding of craft and permanence. The morning light, no longer just a distant glow, now paints a soft, diffused gold across the polished surface of the dark stone floor, revealing the faint, natural striations within the material. You observe a single, perfectly smooth pebble, likely placed as an offering, resting near the edge of a woven mat. A soft, almost imperceptible rustle of fine woven cloth catches your attention. From the corner of your eye, a quiet attendant moves with practiced ease, placing a small, perfectly formed ceramic cup on a low, polished wood table beside your sleeping platform. The cup is a deep, burnished red, still emanating a gentle warmth. A delicate wisp of steam rises from the dark surface of the beverage within, carrying a subtle, comforting aroma of roasted maize and perhaps a hint of cinnamon. The attendant's footsteps are barely a whisper against the stone, a respectful presence that anticipates your needs without ever intruding upon the stillness. You allow your awareness to rest on the quiet warmth radiating from the cup, a promise of gentle sustenance. The light continues its slow journey across the chamber, softening the edges of the shadows, inviting a deeper sense of peace into the awakening day. The gentle warmth from the ceramic cup you hold now guides you from the cool stone of your chambers. You step onto the private terrace, the morning light already a soft, clear gold across the polished surface of the flagstones. The subtle aroma of roasted maize, which had just been a whisper, deepens as you move, mingling with the fresh, crisp mountain air that carries a faint, clean scent of damp earth and distant pine. You lift the cup, feeling its smooth, unglazed surface against your fingertips, still radiating a comforting heat. A delicate wisp of steam rises, curling gently as it meets the cooler air, carrying the rich, comforting scent of roasted grain. You bring the rim to your lips, the warmth, a pleasant contrast, and take a slow, measured sip. The liquid is thick, earthy, with a subtle, natural sweetness, coating your tongue with a fine, grainy texture that feels both ancient and deeply nourishing. It is a gentle awakening for your senses, a quiet promise for the unfolding day. You carry the cup with care, your bare feet finding the familiar, cool texture of the terrace flagstones. Each step is deliberate, an easy, unhurried rhythm against the solid, precisely cut stone. A very soft, almost imperceptible breeze whispers past your cheek, a cool caress that invigorates without chill, rustling the fringe of your mantle where it drapes over your shoulder. You settle onto a low, wide stone bench, its surface already warmed by the early sun, absorbing the gentle heat that permeates the ancient material. The finely woven cotton cushion beneath you, firm yet yielding, offers a soft, supportive embrace as you slowly adjust your posture, finding a perfect point of ease. From this elevated vantage point, the sacred valley unfurls before you, a vast expanse of meticulously crafted terraced fields descending in gentle, flowing curves, each one a testament to generations of thoughtful labor. The early light illuminates the intricate, precise patterns of the agricultural landscape, revealing the deep, verdant greens of growing crops and the lighter, sun-kissed ochres of fallow ground. Tiny, distant figures move with purpose on the lower slopes, their movements almost imperceptible from this height, a quiet, reassuring hum of life below that does not intrude. Beside you, on a smoothly carved wooden tray, rests a shallow, wide bowl of maize porridge, its creamy surface still softly steaming, a delicate ripple forming as you lean closer. Beside it, on a small, unadorned ceramic plate, lies an array of carefully selected dried fruits. Plump figs, their skins slightly wrinkled and dark with concentrated sweetness, and bright orange physalis, each one a miniature translucent sun. The natural, concentrated sweetness of the fruit, a rich, earthy essence, adds another layer to the morning's quiet symphony of aromas, a promise of delicate flavors. You notice the meticulous arrangement, each piece placed with respectful intention, a simple artistry that delights the eye. You reach for a small, polished wooden spoon, its bowl shallow and smooth, crafted with elegant simplicity. The gentle, balanced weight of it feels familiar and comfortable in your hand. You scoop a small portion of the porridge, observing its creamy texture, the tiny, soft flecks of maize visible within the golden mixture. Bringing it slowly to your lips, the warmth is immediate, a comforting, deeply familiar taste that settles softly upon your tongue. The subtle sweetness of the maize, prepared with such care and patience, fills your mouth, a grounding sensation that encourages a slow, mindful chew. Then, you select a dried physalis, its firm, slightly resilient texture, offering a bright, tart counterpoint to the mellow porridge. As you bite, the concentrated flavor bursts gently on your tongue, a small, delightful surprise that lingers pleasantly. You pause, letting the combined warmth of the food and the sun settle deeply within you, a profound sense of peace. The lingering warmth from your maize porridge, now a gentle presence within you, accompanies your steps as you move from the terrace into the quiet embrace of the preparation courtyard. Here the morning sun, though still soft, feels more direct, illuminating dust motes dancing in the still air above large, neatly stacked bundles. The cool, precisely cut flagstones of the courtyard feel solid and grounding beneath your finely woven sandals, a pleasant contrast to the warmer stone of the terrace. You pause, allowing your eyes to adjust to the slightly brighter light. The air in this enclosed space, though open to the sky, holds a distinct earthy scent, a clean aroma of raw fiber and sun-baked stone. Along one shaded wall, several large, irregular bundles of alpaca fleece rest on elevated, smooth wooden platforms, keeping them pristine from the ground. Their varied natural hues, from creamy white to rich chestnut and deepest charcoal, seem to absorb and reflect the light in subtle, shifting ways, hinting at the shimmering potential within. You approach the nearest platform, the faint, dry rustle of the coarse outer wrapping on the bundles, a soft sound as you draw near. With deliberate movements, you untie the simple knot securing one bundle, feeling the thick, sturdy twine yield under your fingers. The woven bark material of the wrapping has a slightly rough, yet flexible texture. As the binding loosens, a quiet exhalation of air escapes, and the compressed fleece begins to expand, releasing a more concentrated, clean scent of the high mountain pastures where the animals grazed. Reaching into the bundle, you gently pull away a handful of the raw fleece. The fibers are surprisingly cool to the touch at first, then quickly warm from your hand. You notice the varying lengths and textures, the coarser guard hairs clinging to the finer, softer undercoat. With a slow, almost meditative motion, you begin to separate a smaller portion, holding it up to the light. Each strand, though delicate, possesses a remarkable strength, a testament to its origin. As you draw the fibers apart, they make a faint, whispering sound, a dry, almost papery rustle that is deeply soothing. Your fingers work with practiced ease, tracing the natural flow of the individual locks. You carefully pluck away any tiny fragments of dried grass or fine bits of twig that might have become embedded during shearing, dropping them into a small, smooth ceramic bowl placed beside you. The fine, soft alpaca wool slips through your fingers with an almost liquid grace, revealing its inherent luster. The sun catches the individual strands, making them appear to subtly gleam, a gentle, understated shimmer that speaks of pure quality. You separate the finest, softest sections, placing them into a pristine, unblemished woven basket, feeling the accumulating softness grow within it. A few younger apprentices, their movements as quiet and respectful as the attendant from earlier, sit on low stools a respectful distance away, observing your work. Their hands are busy with their own smaller piles of fleece, their focused concentration adding to the tranquil hum of the courtyard. You hear the soft, rhythmic scrape of a small hand comb against a bundle of fibers from one of them, a gentle, repetitive sound that blends seamlessly into the morning air. The distant, muted call of a mountain bird drifts over the high walls, a brief, clear note that punctuates the quiet industry. You hold a small cloud of perfectly sorted fleece, its exceptional softness, a profound comfort against your palm, as the sun climbs higher, casting longer, softer shadows across the precise geometry of the courtyard, inviting a deeper, unhurried focus on the textures and quiet rhythms of the day. The soft, diffused light of the courtyard now yields to the more intimate glow of your personal pigment chamber, a space where the air feels stiller, holding a faint, dry, earthy aroma. You step across the cool, smooth stone threshold, leaving the subtle whispers of alpaca fleece behind, entering a realm of concentrated color. Here, along walls of precisely fitted stone, rest rows of various vessels, each a container for the precious hues that will transform raw fiber into sacred cloth. Your gaze drifts across the collection, a quiet inventory of nature's deepest gifts. Ceramic jars, some tall and slender, others wide and squat, stand in ordered lines. Carved wooden boxes, their surfaces smoothed by countless touches, are stacked with careful precision. The morning sun, now filtered through a high, narrow opening, casts a gentle, even light, revealing the subtle variations in the unglazed pottery and the rich grain of the polished wood. You notice the care in their craftsmanship, each vessel perfectly formed to protect its valuable contents. You approach a section dedicated to the reds, a spectrum of earth and sun. Your fingers trace the cool, smooth curve of a wide-mouthed clay pot, its surface slightly porous, a gentle texture beneath your fingertips. With a slow, deliberate motion, you lift the unglazed lid, feeling the faint suction as it separates from the rim. A whisper of dry air escapes, carrying a faint, almost sweet earthy scent. Within, a deep, rich pile of dried cochineal insects awaits. Their tiny, delicate bodies, no larger than grains of rice, possess a muted, dusty appearance, a subtle hint of the intense crimson they are destined to yield. You gently scoop a small, precise amount into a finely woven fiber pouch, feeling the light, dry texture sift through your fingers, a faint, almost woody aroma rising as they settle into the soft material. Next, your attention shifts to the blues, a color born of plant and careful process. You reach for a taller, narrower ceramic vessel, sealed with a stopper of polished hardwood. The wood is cool and smooth, a dark, contrasting element against the pale clay. You carefully twist the stopper, feeling the slight resistance, and then slowly lift it, a faint, soft suction sound accompanying its release. Inside, the indigo pigment lies in compressed cakes, a deep, almost mystical blue, so profound it appears nearly black in the shadowed interior of the jar. You trace the surface of one cake with the pad of your thumb, feeling its firm, yet slightly powdery texture. A subtle, earthy scent, deeper and more resonant than the cochineal, rises from the concentrated color. With a small, precisely crafted bronze tool, its handle cool and smooth, you carefully flake off a measured portion, the tiny fragments falling with a soft, dry whisper into another waiting pouch. The deep blue dust, clinging momentarily to the polished metal. A quiet attendant, moving with the same respectful stillness as earlier, places a small, empty, unblemished clay bowl on a low table nearby, awaiting your further selections. The gentle sound of the bowl settling on the wood is soft and clear in the quiet room. You pause, holding the two pouches, feeling their slight, balanced weight, the promise of their transformation a calm presence in your hands. The light continues its slow, steady journey across the quiet chamber, illuminating the ancient, profound beauty of the pigments, inviting a deeper sense of stillness and purpose. The faint, dry aroma of cochineal and indigo still lingers on your fingertips as you pass from the intimate quiet of your pigment chamber. You step over the cool, precisely cut stone threshold, entering the hushed, expansive light of the Aklahuasi weaving hall, where the morning sun now streams through high, narrow apertures, bathing the long, orderly space in a soft, diffused golden glow. The air here, different from the dry scent of pigments, carries a subtle, clean aroma of natural fibers, alpaca, vicuña, and cotton, mingling with the faintest, sweet tang of nascent dyes, a gentle, almost reverent atmosphere that settles around you. You pause just inside the entrance, allowing the vastness of the hall to envelop you. The cool, smooth flagstones under your finely woven sandals feel solid and grounding, reflecting the soft light in muted gleams. A deep, pervasive quiet fills the space, broken only by soft, rhythmic sounds that speak of focused creation. You hear the almost imperceptible hum of many spindles, a delicate, continuous whirring that rises and falls like a gentle chorus. There is the occasional soft clack of a wooden tool, or the whisper of fibers being separated, each sound distinct yet blending into a single, calming symphony of industry. Your gaze drifts towards a group of younger apprentices, seated on low, polished wooden stools arranged in a neat row. Their backs are straight, their posture one of unwavering concentration, their hands moving with focused, almost hypnotic grace. Between their fingers, bundles of prepared alpaca fleece, already cleaned and carded, fluff softly. You watch as one young woman, her brow furrowed in gentle focus, draws out a fine, even strand of yarn. The raw fibers, a creamy undyed white, separate with a delicate, dry whisper as her thumb and forefinger apply the perfect, consistent tension. Her spindle, a slender piece of dark, smooth wood, spins effortlessly, its weight perfectly balanced, making a continuous, soft asterisk whir asterisk as it descends, transforming the loose cloud into a taut, strong thread. The texture of the nascent yarn, still slightly fuzzy, feels almost impossibly soft, even from a distance, promising future warmth and beauty. Further along the expansive hall, another section of apprentices is dedicated to the meticulous task of preparing warps. Long, fine threads of undyed cotton, stretched taut between sturdy, dark wood posts, create an almost invisible, shimmering plane in the steady light. Their fingers move with an astonishing precision, counting each individual thread, ensuring its perfect tension and alignment. You notice the subtle flexing of the wooden posts as the threads are secured, the faint thrum of a newly tightened strand. The apprentices use small, smooth bone tools to separate and guide the threads. The soft tap-tap-tap of the bone against the wood, a rhythmic punctuation to the silence. The light catches the fine, almost translucent fibers, making them appear to glow, a delicate, intricate network of potential waiting to be brought to life, a silent testament to the foundational importance of this preliminary work. At the far end of the hall, a more experienced apprentice works at an upright loom, its frame constructed of strong, smooth chanta wood, deeply polished from years of use. Her hands move with a quiet, deliberate rhythm, a dance of practiced movements. She passes a small, boat-shaped shuttle, carved from a dense, light wood, through the open shed, the shuttle gliding almost silently across the taut, white warp threads. You hear the soft, almost muted thump as she presses the weft into place with a flat, smooth wooden batten, a sound that resonates gently through the vast, high-ceilinged space. The emerging fabric, still undyed, shows the subtle, intricate texture of the plain weave, a foundation of pure white alpaca, its surface even and unbroken. The soft rhythmic sounds of the Aklahwasi weaving hall gently recede as you step into the deeper tranquility of your private study. Here, the air feels stiller, carrying a faint, dry scent of aged cedarwood and perhaps a hint of dried leaves, a calming contrast to the industrious hum you just left. The morning sun, now a little higher, filters through a small, precisely cut window, casting a single, elongated rectangle of soft light across the smooth, polished stone floor. You move towards a low, intricately carved wooden table, its surface gleaming with a subtle, dark luster. Upon it rests a collection of objects, each carefully placed, each holding a silent significance. Your gaze settles on an ancient quipu, its primary cord, thick and braided, draped across a smooth, dark stone slab. This is no ordinary knot record. Its threads are spun from the finest undyed vicuña, a testament to its profound importance. The sheer quality of the material, its subtle sheen, speaks of its revered status. With deliberate gentleness, you reach out and lift the primary cord, feeling its substantial yet flexible weight in your hand. The fibers are incredibly smooth, almost cool to the touch, a texture that hints at countless hours of careful handling over generations. You notice the slight, almost imperceptible swish as the numerous pendant cords, finer and individually colored, fall free from the main strand, each one a silent line of information. They hang suspended, a cascade of muted hues, creams, soft browns, and faint grays, each color significant in its own quiet way. You begin to trace the intricate geometric patterns of the knots along one of the pendant cords. Your thumb moves slowly, methodically, over the raised bumps and depressions. Each knot feels distinct, smooth, and firm, yet yielding just enough to allow your finger to glide over its carefully formed shape. You feel the precise spacing between them, the deliberate arrangement that holds meaning. The slight friction of the vicuña fibers against your skin is a grounding sensation, a subtle connection to the ancient hands that tied these very knots. As your finger moves, you become aware of the subtle variations in the twist of the thread, the tension of the individual fibers, all contributing to the silent language held within. You pause, holding a section of the quipu suspended, allowing the light to catch the fine, almost invisible sheen of the vicuña threads. The subtle variations in the natural color of the fibers become more apparent, a quiet story woven into the material itself. You notice how some knots are simple, single loops, while others are complex, multi-layered constructions, each one a deliberate mark in this tactile record. The quiet weight of the quipu in your hands, the smooth, cool feel of the knots, creates a profound sense of connection to the past, a silent dialogue across centuries. A faint, almost imperceptible scent of dry earth and sun-warmed fiber emanates from the ancient object, a grounding aroma that deepens the quiet reverence of the room. You continue to trace the sequence of knots, your mind settling into the rhythmic, repetitive motion, allowing the gentle texture and silent story of the quipu to draw you deeper into a tranquil, focused state as the soft light continues its slow journey across the polished stone. The lingering impression of the quipu's smooth knots, a quiet memory on your fingertips, gently releases its hold as you transition from the hushed study. You step through an arched doorway, the cool, solid stone beneath your sandals yielding to the warm, finely raked earth of a carefully tended path, and enter the tiered tranquility of your terraced garden, where the morning sun, now higher in the sky, bathes the meticulously arranged plants in a clear, gentle light. A subtle breeze, fresh and cool, immediately greets your skin, carrying a complex, invigorating scent of high mountain air mingled with sun-warmed herbs. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling a gentle expansion in your chest. The path beneath your feet, finely crushed gravel and packed earth, offers a firm, yielding surface, guiding your steps deeper. You walk slowly, your gaze sweeping across the precisely constructed terraces. Each level is supported by stone walls, individual blocks fitted with such exactitude they appear continuous. The light catches subtle variations in the stone's natural color, highlighting ancient craftsmanship. The rich, dark earth within each bed is meticulously turned, emitting a faint, fertile aroma. You approach a section of low-growing Andean herbs, their leaves a mosaic of greens and silvers. With a gentle motion, you brush the back of your hand against a cluster of munya, feeling the slightly fuzzy, resilient texture. A burst of fresh, minty fragrance immediately rises, invigorating your senses. It mingles with the subtle, camphorous scent of another plant nearby, creating a complex, natural perfume. Tiny, delicate white flowers cling to the stems, barely visible. A faint, rhythmic trickle of water draws your attention. You follow the sound to a small, precisely engineered channel, cut from solid stone, through which a thin stream of clear mountain water flows. Its surface catches and reflects sunlight in fleeting, shimmering patterns. You observe the tiny ripples it creates as it passes over the smooth, worn stone, a constant, soothing murmur. The air around the channel feels noticeably cooler, a refreshing contrast. You pause on a wider landing, offering an expansive view of the valley below, framed by the garden's vibrant greens. The sun warms your face, a pleasant, almost heavy sensation. In the distance, carried on the gentle mountain breeze, you hear the faint, muffled bleating of alpacas from a far-off pasture, a soft, comforting sound blending with the asterisk rustle of leaves on a nearby tree. The air tastes clean, slightly sweet, and utterly pure. You allow your senses to fully absorb the quiet symphony of the garden, the gentle warmth, the cool breeze, and the layered aromas. The subtle, continuous murmur of the flowing water creates a steady, peaceful undercurrent, inviting a deeper sense of ease and a tranquil acceptance of the present moment. The invigorating scents of your terraced garden gently recede as you ascend the final, wide stone steps, leading you to the expansive, cool surface of your elevated ceremonial platform. The late afternoon sun, now lower in the sky, casts a warm, golden light that stretches across the meticulously swept flagstones, highlighting their precise cuts and smooth, worn surfaces. A soft, dry breeze carrying the faint, distant scent of sun-baked earth whispers past, a gentle caress on your skin. You walk to the edge of the platform, the cool, solid stone grounding your bare feet. Below you, the vast, terraced fields of the sacred valley unfold. A grand, meticulously sculpted landscape. The sun, now descending towards the western peaks, begins to cast long, slender shadows that stretch across the precise lines of the agricultural terraces. These shadows deepen the greens and golds of the fields, creating a subtle, shifting pattern of light and shade that slowly transforms the familiar landscape. You settle onto a low, wide stone bench, its surface still retaining some of the day's warmth. The smooth, ancient stone feels comforting beneath you, a connection to the enduring strength of the land. You watch as the distant sun dips further, its light softening into a rich, deep amber. The shadows lengthen with an almost imperceptible pace, slowly creeping across the curved contours of the fields, transforming the vibrant landscape into a mosaic of deepening hues. The green of the maize stalks, so bright earlier, now takes on a more muted, almost velvety tone as the light dims. The air begins to cool slightly, a subtle shift that brings a fresh, clean crispness to each breath. You can almost feel the day exhaling, settling into its quiet transition. The distant sounds of the valley, which were a soft hum earlier, now become even more muted, a gentle, almost dream-like presence. Perhaps a single far-off bird call, a soft, lingering note, or the faint, almost silent rustle of dry leaves in a hidden grove drifts upwards. You observe the meticulous patterns of the terraced fields, how each level is a precise, deliberate curve, following the natural contours of the mountain. The shadows, now long and distinct, emphasize these geometric forms, making the landscape appear even more like a grand, carefully woven textile spread across the earth. The subtle imperfections in the stone walls, the faint moss growing in shaded crevices, become more visible in the softer light, adding a quiet depth and authenticity to the ancient architecture. You close your eyes for a moment, feeling the last, gentle warmth of the sun on your eyelids, a soft, golden pressure. The subtle coolness of the air on your exposed skin, the faint, dry scent of the mountain, and the profound quiet of the descending evening create a deep sense of stillness. You open your eyes to find the shadows have deepened further, slowly swallowing the last bright patches of sunlight on the fields. The world below begins to blend into softer, more indistinct shapes, inviting a quiet contemplation, a gentle drift into the tranquil, enveloping peace of the approaching night. The cool, dry air of the ceremonial platform, with its distant, fading light, gently gives way to the contained warmth and hushed atmosphere of your private bathing chambers. You step across the smooth, dark stone threshold, feeling the subtle shift in temperature and the faint, sweet scent of dried herbs and pure, clean water. The room is softly illuminated by the glow of a small, carefully tended fire in a recessed hearth, its light dancing gently on the polished stone walls. In the center of the chamber, a large, shallow basin carved from a single, dark piece of polished stone awaits. Its surface gleams, reflecting the firelight in soft, wavering patterns. An attendant, moving with the quiet grace you are accustomed to, kneels beside the basin, gently stirring the water within with a long, smooth wooden paddle. The water, sourced from a pure mountain spring, is being warmed to a precise, comforting temperature for your ritual cleansing. You approach the basin, feeling the increasing warmth in the air. The water, a clear, pristine liquid, shimmers with the fire's reflections. As the attendant continues to stir, you hear the soft, rhythmic swish-swish of the paddle against the stone, a gentle, hypnotic sound that fills the quiet space. A delicate wisp of steam rises from the surface, carrying a clean, earthy scent, mingled with the subtle fragrance of specific purifying herbs that have been added to the warming water. You notice tiny dark flecks of the herbs suspended within the clear liquid, slowly swirling with the paddle's motion. With a slow, deliberate movement, the attendant removes the paddle and dips a cupped hand into the water, testing its temperature with practiced ease. The water drips from their fingers with a soft, clear plink as it returns to the basin, a small, crystalline sound. They then offer a small, smooth, polished stone to you, its surface still cool from the ambient air. You take it, feeling its weight and solid presence in your palm, a simple, grounding object. You dip your own hand into the water, feeling its welcoming warmth envelop your skin. The temperature is perfect, neither too hot nor too cool, a gentle embrace. The water feels soft, almost silky, against your skin, a pure, clean sensation. You trace the smooth, cool edge of the stone basin with your fingertips, feeling the slight, natural imperfections in the ancient material. The subtle warmth of the rising steam feels pleasant on your face, a gentle opening of your pores, a promise of renewal. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the sounds of the gently warming water, the subtle scents, and the contained warmth of the chamber to wash over you. The soft, dancing light from the hearth creates a deeply calming atmosphere, inviting a quiet release from the day's activities, a gentle preparation for a tranquil evening. The constant, soft presence of the warming water creates a deep sense of peace, a quiet current that draws you deeper into a state of serene calm. The lingering warmth of the ritual cleansing, a soothing memory on your skin, gently fades as you step from the bathing chamber into the quiet, dry air of your private sleeping quarters. The soft, dancing firelight of the hearth is replaced here by the contained, steady glow of a carefully trimmed wick within a polished ceramic lamp, casting a warm, intimate circle of light that deepens the shadows in the corners of the room. The smooth, cool stone of the floor feels familiar beneath your bare feet, a grounding sensation after the recent warmth. You move towards a low, wide platform, its surface a meticulously smoothed slab of dark, rich wood, positioned against a wall of precisely fitted stones. The air here holds a faint, clean scent of cedar and stored textiles, a subtle perfume of preservation. An attendant, a quiet presence you barely register, has already placed a freshly woven mat of fine, undyed cotton upon the platform, its natural fibers soft and inviting, awaiting your attention. With unhurried grace, you approach a tall, slender storage chest, carved from a single piece of dark, fragrant chonta wood. Its surface, polished to a deep luster, reflects the lamplight in elongated, wavering streaks. You reach for the smooth, cool bronze handle, feeling the familiar weight of the metal. With a soft, almost inaudible click, the latch releases, and you slowly pull open the heavy, perfectly balanced wooden door. A faint, dry whoosh of air escapes, carrying a more concentrated scent of preserved textiles and the subtle, earthy aroma of dried herbs tucked within. Inside, carefully folded and protected, rests your finest ceremonial tunic. Its presence within the chest is palpable, even before you touch it. You reach in, your fingers gently brushing against the tightly woven fibers. The main body of the tunic is crafted from the purest, undyed vicuña wool, its softness beyond compare, a texture that feels almost liquid under your fingertips. You feel the fine, dense weave, a testament to countless hours of dedicated artistry. With utmost care, you lift the tunic from its resting place, feeling its substantial yet delicate weight, the fabric rustling with a soft, dry whisper as it unfurls slightly in your hands. You carry the tunic to the prepared platform, its long, flowing lines catching the lamplight. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to lay it out upon the soft cotton mat. The vicuña wool settles smoothly, its natural, creamy hue absorbing the light, revealing the exquisite fineness of its weave. You smooth out any faint creases with the flat of your hand, feeling the incredible, almost weightless softness of the material against your palm. The tunic's surface, a masterpiece of subtle texture, feels cool and dry, yet promises profound warmth. As the tunic lies fully extended, the intricate details of its adornment become visible in the lamplight. Along the chest and shoulders, a precise, geometric pattern of small, iridescent feathers is meticulously sewn. These are the precious feathers of the Cotinga bird, each one a tiny, shimmering jewel of deep blue and turquoise. The lamplight catches their surfaces, making them appear to subtly gleam and shift with every tiny movement of air, a living, breathing part of the garment. You lean closer, observing the delicate overlap of each feather, how they are arranged to create an unbroken, lustrous surface. You gently brush a fingertip across one, feeling its incredible lightness, its delicate, almost ethereal texture. A faint, dry, almost imperceptible rustle accompanies your touch, a soft, papery sound. You pause, allowing your gaze to linger on the magnificent garment, a fusion of nature's beauty and human skill. The steady, warm glow of the lamp, which illuminated your ceremonial tunic, now dims to a gentle flicker as an attendant quietly withdraws it from your sleeping alcove. You settle onto your sleeping mat, the familiar, firm yet yielding surface of woven reeds covered with layers of soft, fine cotton. The cool, precisely cut stone of the alcove walls feels solid and enclosing, creating a sense of profound privacy and quiet containment. A subtle, clean scent of dried mountain herbs, perhaps from the mat's stuffing or a sachet tucked nearby, rises gently, a familiar and comforting aroma that signals the transition into deep rest. You arrange the finely spun vicuña blanket around you, feeling its incredible lightness and unparalleled softness. The fibers, so dense yet delicate, immediately begin to gather and hold your body's warmth, creating a gentle, enveloping cocoon. You trace the smooth, even weave of the blanket with your fingertips, noticing the subtle, almost imperceptible texture of the individual strands, a testament to the master weaver's skill. The soft fabric drapes effortlessly, its weight a comforting presence, yet never heavy, allowing a complete sense of ease. As the last internal echoes of the day's activities begin to recede, a new, gentle sound drifts into your awareness. From a distance, carried on the cool, still night air, the soft, melancholic notes of panpipes begin to echo. The sound is incredibly faint, almost ethereal, a series of elongated, pure tones that rise and fall with a slow, unhurried rhythm. Each note seems to float, distinct yet blending, creating a lulling, hypnotic melody that resonates deeply within the quiet space of your alcove. The bamboo or reed pipes produce a breathy, clear sound, a natural, organic music that feels intrinsically linked to the high mountain landscape outside. You shift slightly, finding an even deeper point of comfort on the mat, feeling your muscles release any lingering tension. The soft rustle of the vicuña blanket against the cotton sheet is the only sound you make, a delicate whisper that quickly fades into the quiet. You close your eyes, allowing the distant panpipes to become the sole focus of your attention. The melody is repetitive, yet never monotonous, each phrase a gentle return, a familiar pattern that encourages the mind to slow its restless turning. You feel the deep, steady rhythm of your own breathing begin to synchronize with the slow, deliberate pulse of the music. The subtle coolness of the night air, kept at bay by the thick stone walls and your warm blanket, creates a refreshing contrast to the warmth building around you. You notice the faint, dry scent of the vicuña wool itself, a natural, clean aroma that is uniquely calming. The sound of the panpipes seems to draw closer, then recede again, a gentle ebb and flow that mimics the peaceful rhythm of the night. Each sustained note seems to carry a quiet story, an ancient lullaby from the mountains, inviting a profound sense of peace. You feel a growing heaviness in your limbs, a pleasant lethargy that pulls you deeper into the softness of the sleeping mat. The edges of your awareness begin to blur, the distinct notes of the panpipe softening into a continuous, undulating hum. The delicate, rhythmic music gently guides your thoughts away, allowing them to unfurl and drift, lighter and lighter, as if carried on the very breath that shapes the sounds. The pure, clear tones wrap around you like an invisible, comforting mantle, easing you further into a deep and untroubled slumber. The distant melody becomes a part of the profound stillness, a gentle, fading echo that cradles your descent into the quiet expanse of sleep. The distant, ethereal echo of the panpipes, now barely a whisper, fully dissolves into the profound stillness of your sleeping alcove. You lie upon your woven cotton sleeping mat, feeling its cool, smooth texture against your skin, a comforting contrast to the enveloping warmth of the vicuña blanket. The firm, yet yielding surface beneath you offers a stable foundation, allowing your body to sink deeper into its prepared rest. You make a small, almost imperceptible adjustment, shifting your hips slightly, feeling the finely spun cotton fibers of the mat gently compress beneath the weight. There is a faint, dry rustle of the material, a soft, hushed sound that quickly fades into the quiet. The woven pattern of the mat, though unseen in the deep darkness of the alcove, is felt distinctly against your bare arm, a subtle, even grid of smooth threads that provides a gentle, tactile anchor. The coolness of the cotton, a refreshing sensation, slowly begins to absorb the warmth from your body, creating a delicate balance of temperatures. A slow, deep breath fills your lungs, and you feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest against the mat. The regular rhythm of your breathing becomes a quiet focal point, a soft, internal wave that mirrors the peacefulness of the night. As you exhale, your body seems to soften further, releasing any lingering tension, allowing the muscles in your back and shoulders to melt into the firm support of the mat. The smooth fibers seem to conform to your form, creating a subtle impression that feels uniquely yours. You allow your awareness to drift across the surface of the mat, noticing the slight variations in its texture. While predominantly smooth, there are moments where a single, finer thread, or a slightly denser weave presents a minute, almost imperceptible difference under your skin. These tiny details are not distracting, but rather invite a deeper, more granular focus, drawing your attention away from any stray thoughts and towards the immediate, physical sensation of rest. The very coolness of the cotton seems to soothe, a gentle, silent caress. Above you, the vicuña blanket, impossibly light, rests with a comforting presence. You feel its profound softness against your cheek, a delicate counterpoint to the more structured feel of the mat beneath you. The faint, clean scent of the vicuña wool, a natural, grounding aroma, mingles subtly with the faint, dry fragrance of the cotton, creating a unique, calming atmosphere within your personal space. The air in the alcove is still, undisturbed, holding the accumulated quiet of the night. Your fingers, resting gently at your side, brush lightly against the finely woven threads of the mat. You feel the subtle, even tension of the weave, the meticulous craftsmanship that has created this perfect surface for your rest. The cool, dry sensation against your skin is constant, a gentle reminder of your grounded position, of the deep, untroubled quiet that surrounds you. You sense the solid, ancient stone walls of the alcove enclosing you, a secure, private sanctuary. The profound stillness of the night deepens, becoming almost tangible. The last vestiges of the day's light have long since vanished, replaced by an absolute, velvety darkness that feels both vast and intimate. You feel the subtle, consistent pressure of the mat supporting your entire body, a sense of being held, completely at ease. The cool, smooth texture against your skin, a continuous, gentle sensation, guides your awareness deeper into this profound state of calm, inviting a complete and effortless surrender to the quiet expanse of sleep. The profound stillness that had cradled your sleep now begins to yield, not with a jolt, but with the subtle touch of cooler air against your exposed skin. You feel the cool, smooth texture of your woven cotton sleeping mat against your back. A familiar anchor as your awareness gently surfaces from the deep. A faint, almost imperceptible shift in the ambient darkness of your alcove suggests the very earliest approach of dawn. A soft, internal knowing that precedes any visual confirmation. You stir slightly, a slow, deliberate movement, feeling the gentle friction of the finely spun vicuña blanket as it shifts with you. The fibers, so incredibly soft, whisper against your cheek. Your muscles, deeply rested, stretch with a quiet, internal grace, releasing the last vestiges of slumber. You take a slow, deep breath, tasting the clean, cool air that now carries a faint, earthy scent, perhaps from the ancient stones themselves, or the dampness of the pre-dawn mountain air. With unhurried ease, you push yourself to a seated position on the mat, feeling its firm, yet yielding support. The cool air now touches more of your skin, a gentle invitation to awaken. You notice the profound silence, deeper even than the night, as if the world holds its breath awaiting the sun. The only sound is the soft rustle of your simple sleeping garments as you adjust them, a delicate whisper in the quiet chamber. You rise, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth surface of the polished stone floor. Each step is deliberate, a quiet connection to the ancient foundations of your home. You move towards the narrow, precisely cut opening that serves as a window, a single aperture in the thick stone wall. The air here, at the threshold, feels noticeably cooler, fresh, with the promise of a new day. You lean against the cool, unyielding stone of the jamb, feeling its solid presence. Through the opening, the world outside begins to reveal itself. The sky above the eastern peaks is no longer black, but a deep, velvety indigo, gradually lightening to a soft, ethereal gray at the horizon. Then, with an almost breathtaking slowness, the very first rays of dawn appear, painting the uppermost edges of the distant mountains in a delicate, rosy blush. The light is hesitant at first, a shy touch, then slowly strengthens, stretching across the vast expanse. Your gaze descends, following the light's deliberate journey. It touches the highest, most ancient stone walls of your compound, transforming their cool gray surfaces. The rough-hewn blocks, precisely fitted without mortar, begin to absorb the golden light. You watch as a narrow band of pale, luminous gold appears along the top, slowly expanding downwards, like a gentle wash of color. The individual stones, their textures subtly revealed, take on hues of soft amber and warm ochre, a living canvas awakening. The light continues its slow descent, illuminating the meticulous craftsmanship of the stonework. You see the faint, natural striations in the granite, the subtle variations in color from one block to the next. The ancient walls, so imposing in the dark, now radiate a gentle, welcoming warmth, a quiet strength. The shadows, which had clung to the lower sections of the walls, begin to recede, softening their hard edges, gradually dissolving into the growing light. The air carries a clean, sharp scent of damp stone and crisp morning, invigorating your senses without disturbing the deep calm. A faint, almost imperceptible chirp from a distant bird breaks the profound silence. A single, delicate note that quickly fades, leaving the stillness even deeper. You watch as the golden light spreads further, creeping down the vertical lines of the walls, revealing more of the compound's precise geometry. The transformation is slow, unhurried, a gentle unfolding of the day. The golden light of dawn, now fully embracing the ancient stone walls of your compound, streams gently into your private chambers. You turn from the window, leaving the expansive view of the awakening world, and move towards a low, polished cedarwood chest. The air within the room, though still cool, carries the faint, clean scent of the morning, mingled with the dry, woody aroma of the chest itself. A familiar and grounding presence. You kneel before the chest, feeling the smooth, cool stone of the floor beneath your knees. With a slow, deliberate motion, you lift the heavy, perfectly balanced lid. The dark wood, smoothed by generations of touch, offers a satisfying resistance, and a faint, dry whoosh of air escapes as it opens. Inside, neatly folded and carefully preserved, rests a stack of fresh, undyed linen cloths. Their natural, creamy color is muted in the soft morning light, but their quality is evident even to the eye. You reach into the chest, your fingers brushing against the crisp, cool surface of the topmost cloth. The linen feels firm yet pliable, a testament to its fine weave and careful preparation. You grasp a corner, feeling the slight, dry friction of the fibers against your skin. With a quiet, almost reverent motion, you lift the cloth from the stack, its edges creating a faint, soft, fluffing sound as it separates from the others. The air around it seems to stir, carrying a delicate, clean scent of sun-dried flax. You carry the folded linen to a small, low table crafted from dark, polished wood, its surface smooth and cool under your touch. The table is bare, awaiting the ritual of your morning preparations. With both hands you begin to slowly unfold the cloth. The process is unhurried, a series of gentle, deliberate movements. The tightly pressed folds yield with soft, dry creases and whispers as the fabric expands. You feel the cool, crisp linen slowly unroll, its natural weight settling with a satisfying gravity. As the cloth unfolds, its full size is revealed, a generous rectangle of pure, unblemished white. You smooth its surface with the flat of your palm, feeling the fine, even texture of the weave. Each thread is perfectly aligned, creating a subtle, almost imperceptible pattern of tiny squares. The coolness of the linen against your hand is refreshing, a clean, invigorating sensation that prepares your senses for the day. You notice the faint, almost invisible sheen of the flax fibers in the growing light, a subtle luster that speaks of its inherent quality. You arrange the linen cloth with precision, its edges perfectly aligned with the table's perimeter. The corners fall with a soft no drape, creating a clean, inviting surface. The entire process is a quiet ritual, a moment of focused solitude before the day's more active engagements. The scent of the linen, a pure, earthy freshness, settles around you, a grounding aroma that calms the mind. You pause, your hands resting gently on the smooth, cool surface of the unfolded cloth. The morning light, now brighter, bathes the linen in a soft, even glow, highlighting its pristine quality. The quiet solitude of the moment, the simple act of preparation, creates a deep sense of peace and readiness, inviting a tranquil, focused start to the day. The smooth, cool linen beneath your fingertips feels like a fresh beginning, a calm, unblemished surface awaiting the day's gentle unfolding. The clean scent of the unfolded linen, still fresh on your hands, accompanies you as you step from your private chambers into the bustling quiet of your personal kitchen courtyard. The morning sun, now a clear, bright gold, bathes the precisely fitted stone walls in a warm, even light, making the ancient surfaces appear to glow with a gentle inner warmth. You walk across the smooth, cool flagstones of the courtyard, feeling their solid, unyielding presence beneath your finely woven sandals. Each step is deliberate, a soft thud, quickly absorbed by the surrounding quiet. A rich, earthy aroma of roasted maize immediately greets you, a comforting and deeply familiar scent that mingles subtly with the clean, crisp mountain air. Near one shaded wall, beneath a precisely cut stone overhang that offers respite from the sun, two attendants kneel on thick, woven mats before a large, flat grinding stone, a terpiton, its surface deeply concave and worn smooth by countless years of dedicated use. Their movements are a study in practiced rhythm and quiet strength. One attendant, with careful precision, pours a small quantity of dried, plump, golden maize kernels onto the worn surface of the baton. You hear the delicate, almost musical do-clink, darred, polished kernels settle, a small, satisfying cascade of sound. The other attendant, her back straight and her grip steady, begins to move a heavy, smooth handstone, a chungo, across the maize. The sound is a continuous, deep, and gentle scrape, 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 a resonant friction that echoes softly within the enclosed courtyard, a rhythmic whisper of labor. You watch closely as the chungo passes over the kernels. They resist for a moment, then yield, breaking apart with tiny, almost imperceptible cracks and pops as they transform into a fine, pale yellow powder. A delicate plume of maize dust rises, catching the stray sunbeams that filter through the overhang, appearing as tiny, shimmering particles suspended in the air. A rich, sweet, deeply satisfying scent of freshly ground maize fills the immediate space around them, a grounding aroma that speaks of ancient sustenance and careful preparation. You notice the fine, almost silken texture of the flour as it accumulates at the edge of the grinding stone, a soft, yielding mound that grows steadily, its surface smooth and inviting to the touch. The cool, dry stone of the chungo makes a soft, hissing sound as it glides over the increasingly fine powder. Further into the courtyard, bathed in the direct morning sun, stand several large, burnished red ceramic vats, tall and wide, their smooth, curved surfaces reflecting the golden light in soft, wavering patterns. These are for the daily chicha, the sacred maize beverage, and their presence adds another layer to the courtyard's quiet purpose. From one of the vats, where the fermentation is actively underway, a faint, sweet, yeasty aroma rises, a subtle tang that suggests the slow, quiet work of transformation. You lean slightly closer, and if you listen very carefully, you can hear a very faint, almost imperceptible bubble from within the depths of the liquid, a gentle, continuous sound that speaks of natural processes unfolding with their own unhurried rhythm. The ceramic feels cool and solid to the touch, a vessel of ancient craft. You stand for a moment longer, allowing the diligent, unhurried pace of the work to settle around you. The attendants move with a quiet reverence, their focus unwavering, their hands performing these ancient tasks with deep respect, their simple cotton garments rustling softly with each movement. The sunlight continues to warm the courtyard, making the air feel soft and pleasant on your skin. You notice the deep, earthy red color of the chicha vats, their smooth, cool surfaces a rich contrast to the golden flour. The steady, rhythmic scrape of the maize grinding slowly recedes behind you as you step from the kitchen courtyard. The cool, clear sound of a nearby stream, a continuous, gentle murmur, immediately draws your attention as you enter a smaller, more secluded inspection area. The morning sun, now higher and brighter, filters through a narrow opening in the stone wall, casting soft, elongated patterns of light across the smooth, dark stone floor. You walk towards a low, meticulously crafted wooden table, its surface worn smooth and polished by years of dedicated use. Upon it rest several bundles of newly spun threads, each one neatly coiled and tied with a simple fiber strand. The air here, cooler and fresher than the courtyard, carries the clean, damp scent of moving water, mingled with the faint, dry aroma of alpaca and vicuña fibers. The rhythmic, soft gurgle and hush of the stream, just beyond a low stone wall, creates a calming, natural soundtrack to this quiet space. You reach for one of the bundles, your fingers brushing against the cool, smooth surface of the tightly spun yarn. This particular bundle is a rich, undyed brown, the natural hue of a finely bred alpaca. You feel its surprising weight, dense yet soft, a testament to the quality of the fiber and the skill of the spinner. With slow, deliberate movements, you untie the simple knot, feeling the coarse twine yield under your gentle pressure. The coiled threads loosen with a faint, dry whisper, releasing a concentrated, clean aroma of pure wool. You take a length of the newly spun thread between your thumb and forefinger. It feels incredibly fine, yet strong, a delicate balance of resilience and softness. You run your fingers slowly along its length, checking for any subtle inconsistencies in the twist, any stray fibers that might disrupt the perfect evenness. The thread glides smoothly between your fingertips, a continuous, satisfying sensation. You notice the subtle sheen of the alpaca fibers, catching the filtered sunlight, a quiet luster that speaks of its inherent quality. The rhythmic murmur of the stream seems to flow with the movement of your fingers, a synchronized, calming rhythm. You pause, holding the thread suspended, allowing your gaze to drift towards the low stone wall. Beyond it, the stream flows with a serene, unhurried pace. The water is crystal clear, revealing the smooth, round river stones at its bed. The sunlight dances on its surface, creating fleeting, shimmering patterns of light that ripple and shift with the current. You hear the delicate plink of a single drop of water falling from an overhanging leaf into the stream, a tiny, clear sound that punctuates the continuous murmur. The water, cool and clean, smells faintly of moss and fresh earth. You bring the thread closer to your ear, not to hear a sound, but to feel its texture more intimately against your skin. The quiet strength of the twisted fibers, the subtle coolness, and the profound silence of the thread itself become a focal point. The continuous, gentle shush-shush of the stream seems to wash over you, a constant, soothing presence that encourages a deeper sense of relaxation. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the combined sensations of the cool, smooth thread and the rhythmic water fill your awareness, drawing you further into a state of tranquil focus. You allow the feeling of the perfectly spun thread, its smooth, cool texture, a grounding presence in your hand, to blend with the ceaseless, gentle murmur of the stream. The quiet, repetitive sounds of the water create a profound sense of continuity and calm, inviting a deeper, unhurried peace into the quiet rhythm of the morning, a tranquil immersion in the delicate artistry of the world. The rhythmic murmur of the stream, now a fading memory, recedes as you step from the inspection area into the profound stillness of your inner courtyard. The sun, now high overhead, casts sharp, distinct shadows, yet here, beneath a deep stone overhang, the air is still and warm, a pocket of tranquil repose. The cool, smooth flagstones beneath your sandals offer a pleasant contrast to the warmth that permeates the open spaces. You approach a long, low stone bench, carved from a single, massive block of pale, finely grained granite. Its surface, worn smooth by generations of touch, feels cool and inviting even from a distance. With an unhurried grace, you settle onto the bench, feeling its solid, unyielding presence beneath you. The coolness of the stone immediately begins to draw away any lingering warmth from your body, a refreshing sensation that spreads slowly, deeply through your muscles. You adjust your posture, allowing your back to rest fully against the smooth, vertical stone of the wall behind the bench, finding a point of perfect ease. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the subtle, dry aroma of sun-baked stone that permeates the courtyard, mingled with a faint, clean scent of distant flowering plants. The air here feels thick, almost palpable in its stillness, a profound quiet that seems to absorb all sound. There are no distant animal calls, no rustling leaves, only the deep, pervasive silence of a sun-drenched, enclosed space. The sun, though not directly touching you, radiates a gentle, pervasive warmth that permeates the surrounding air, creating a soft, comforting pressure. Your gaze drifts across the courtyard, observing the play of light and shadow. The direct sunlight outside the overhang creates sharp, geometric patterns on the opposing wall, highlighting the precise cuts and seamless joins of the ancient stones. Where the sun strikes, the stone glows with a pale, almost luminous warmth, while in the deep shadows the surface appears darker, cooler, revealing subtle variations in its natural color. The light is so intense that the air above the sunlit flagstone seems to shimmer faintly, a delicate, almost invisible distortion. You notice a small, perfectly round pebble resting at the base of the bench, its surface smoothed by the elements. You reach down, your fingers brushing against the cool, fine dust that has settled on the flagstones. You pick up the pebble, feeling its surprising weight and dense coolness in your palm. Its surface is incredibly smooth, a miniature polished stone, a simple object that feels ancient and grounding in your hand. You trace its perfectly rounded contour with your thumb, feeling the subtle variations in its texture. A smooth, cool comfort. You close your eyes, allowing the pervasive warmth of the still air, the deep coolness of the stone bench, and the profound quiet of the courtyard to settle around you. The subtle, dry scent of the stone, the gentle weight of the pebble in your hand, and the complete absence of demanding sound create a deep sense of tranquil containment. You feel your breathing slow further, each inhale and exhale a quiet, unhurried rhythm. The sun's warmth, though indirect, feels like a soft, comforting blanket, a gentle pressure that encourages a profound stillness. The profound quiet of the inner courtyard deepens, becoming an almost tangible presence, a soft, heavy cloak that encourages a release of all conscious thought. The cool, smooth stone beneath you, a constant, grounding sensation, invites a deeper, unhurried surrender to the quiet, warm embrace of the moment, a tranquil drift into effortless rest. The cool, smooth pebble, still holding the faint warmth from your palm, accompanies you as you step from the profound stillness of the inner courtyard. You move through an arched stone doorway, feeling the subtle shift in air temperature, and enter the hushed, contained quiet of your private study. The midday sun, now a soft, diffused glow, filters through a high, narrow window, casting an even, gentle light across the dark, polished cedar wood of your study table, highlighting its deep, rich grain. You approach the table, its surface smooth and cool beneath your fingertips as you steady yourself. With deliberate care, you place the pebble you carried from the courtyard onto the table's polished expanse. There is a faint, soft click as the stone settles, a small, clear sound in the quiet room, a tiny anchor in this new space. Its worn, rounded form, so familiar to your touch, now rests in the gentle light, a silent witness to your journey. Near the pebble, a shallow, wide ceramic bowl, its unglazed surface cool and slightly rough, holds a collection of other polished river stones. These are not merely decorative. Each one has been selected for its unique form, its smooth texture, and its grounding weight. The bowl itself, a simple, elegant curve, feels solid and ancient. You reach into it, your fingers sifting through the varied shapes and sizes of the stones, feeling their cool, dense presence against your skin. Some are perfectly round, others elongated and flat, each one a miniature sculpture shaped by the ceaseless flow of mountain rivers. You begin to select individual stones, your movements slow and precise. You pick up a flat, oval stone, its surface an almost black, deep gray, feeling its surprising weight. With meticulous attention, you place it onto the table, hearing a faint, soft storagend as it meets the polished wood. You then choose a smaller, lighter stone, its color a muted green, with subtle, almost invisible veins, its surface incredibly smooth. You arrange it beside the first, creating a deliberate space between them, observing how the light catches the faint, natural luster of its surface, a soft, understated gleam. Your fingers work with a quiet, almost meditative rhythm. You select another stone, this one a pale, creamy white, almost translucent in places, feeling its slightly cooler temperature compared to the darker ones. As you set it down, you notice the subtle scrape of its smooth base against the polished wood, a delicate, dry sound that is barely audible. You carefully adjust its position, nudging it with the tip of your finger, ensuring its alignment within the emerging pattern is perfect. The light plays across the arrangement, highlighting the gentle curves and straight edges of each piece, revealing the subtle variations in their natural hues and textures. You pause, stepping back slightly, allowing your gaze to take in the evolving pattern. The collection of stones, a miniature landscape of quiet order, begins to form a harmonious, geometric composition on the dark wood. The faint, earthy scent of the stones, a clean, mineral aroma, rises subtly, mingling with the dry, woody fragrance of the room. The profound quiet of the study, broken only by the soft sounds of the stones, feels deeply calming, a space where focus is effortless. You pick up one last stone, a small, perfectly spherical one, its surface a uniform, dark brown, feeling its satisfying roundness and cool weight. You roll it gently between your thumb and forefinger, feeling the incredible smoothness, a silent, grounding sensation. With a final, deliberate movement, you place it within the arrangement, completing a small, precise circle. The subtle phi clink with saxi as it meets its neighbors is soft and resonant. The completed pattern of polished river stones, a quiet testament to nature's artistry and your mindful arrangement, settles beneath your gaze. The quiet order of the polished river stones, now complete on your study table, releases its gentle hold as you rise. You carry the sense of calm focus with you as you move from the contained quiet of the study. Through a narrow, arched passage, and emerge onto a high, open vantage point within your compound. The midday sun, now a brilliant clear light, bathes the expansive Andean sky in an almost blinding azure, while the air, cool and crisp, carries a faint, clean scent of distant snow-capped peaks and sun-warmed stone. You approach the solid, precisely cut stone parapet that defines this elevated space, feeling the cool, smooth texture of its surface beneath your fingertips. Leaning gently against it, you allow your gaze to sweep across the immense, boundless expanse of the sky. It stretches endlessly above the towering, ancient mountains, their jagged peaks softened by the hazy distance. A profound silence settles around you, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible whisper of a high-altitude breeze against the rough texture of the stone wall. Far above, almost a distant speck against the deep blue, you discern a solitary condor. Its immense wings, dark and unmoving, catch the brilliant sunlight, creating a subtle, almost metallic gleam. It seems to hang effortlessly in the vastness, a silent, majestic sentinel of the mountains. You watch, without expectation, as it begins its slow, deliberate descent. There is no frantic flapping, no hurried movement, only a gradual, unhurried arc through the immense space. The condor traces wide, sweeping circles, its silhouette perfectly still against the moving canvas of the sky. Each turn is graceful, deliberate, a testament to its mastery of the invisible air currents. You feel a deep sense of stillness within yourself, mirroring the bird's unhurried journey. The subtle shifts in its angle, almost imperceptible, allow it to glide lower and lower, a silent dance with the vastness. The air around you feels cool and thin, invigorating your senses, sharpening your focus on the distant descending form. As it descends, the condor grows infinitesimally larger, its distinct shape becoming more defined. You begin to notice the individual primary feathers at the tips of its wings, splayed slightly, allowing for precise control. There is no sound from its passage, only the immense quiet of the high altitude, making its silent descent even more profound. The sun, striking its dark plumage, creates subtle reflections, glinting momentarily like polished obsidian. It drifts lower, seemingly without effort, a dark, graceful curve against the deep blue. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool, clean air expand in your lungs. The vastness of the sky, the silent, unhurried movement of the condor, and the profound quiet of your high vantage point create a deep sense of tranquil observation. You simply watch, allowing your mind to empty, to become as vast and still as the sky itself. The bird continues its slow, spiraling descent, a calming, hypnotic motion that draws your gaze further and further into the quiet depths of the distant, endless blue. The condor, now a slightly larger yet still distant dark shape, continues its deliberate, unhurried journey downward, a silent, graceful presence against the immense, unchanging blue, inviting a deep, quiet stillness to settle within you, a tranquil surrender to the vast, encompassing peace of the Andean sky. The vast, silent expanse of the Andean sky, where the condor traced its slow descent, now begins to recede as you turn from the high vantage point. You descend a series of broad, precisely cut stone steps, feeling their cool, solid presence beneath your finely woven sandals. The brilliant midday sun, which bathed the distant peaks in a sharp light, now feels warmer, more direct, as you leave the highest elevation. The air, crisp and clear, carries a faint, dry scent of sun-baked stone and distant, hardy mountain shrubs. You step from the cool, uniform stone onto a familiar path, feeling the immediate, gentle warmth of sun-baked earth permeating through the thin soles of your sandals. The path is well trodden, a narrow ribbon of finely crushed earth and small, smooth pebbles winding gently between low, precisely built stone walls. Each step is deliberate, unhurried, a soft shuffle of your sandals against the dry, warm ground. The earth yields slightly, a soft give beneath your weight, then springs back, offering a subtle, supportive resistance. You walk slowly, allowing the pervasive warmth from the path to spread upwards, a comforting sensation that grounds you in the present moment. The finely ground dust, a pale ochre color, rises in tiny, almost invisible puffs with each step, settling back onto the path with a soft, dry whisper. A subtle, earthy aroma, warm and dry, rises from the baked soil, mingling with the clean, thin air. You notice the tiny, intricate patterns left by your sandals in the dust, fleeting impressions that vanish with the next light breeze. Along the low stone walls that border the path, small, resilient plants cling to the crevices. Their leaves, a muted green, appear dry and slightly stiff, yet full of a quiet strength. You brush your hand lightly against a patch of them, feeling their firm, rough texture. A faint, dry, almost woody scent, a subtle hint of resin, rises from the disturbed foliage. The sun, beating down directly on the path, makes the air above it shimmer faintly, a delicate, almost invisible distortion that suggests the intense, absorbed heat. The cool, smooth surface of the stone walls, in contrast, offers a refreshing touch if you place your hand upon them, a welcome break from the sun's pervasive warmth. The path curves gently, revealing a familiar, ancient olive tree, its trunk gnarled and thick, its silver-green leaves rustling with a soft, dry hiss asterisk in the almost imperceptible breeze. The air beneath its canopy feels noticeably cooler, a welcome respite from the sun's direct gaze. You pause for a moment, letting the consistent warmth from the earth seep into your feet, drawing away any lingering tension. The distant, muted call of a hawk, a high, clear note, drifts softly on the air, a fleeting sound that only deepens the surrounding quiet. You continue your unhurried walk, allowing the steady rhythm of your steps and the constant, gentle warmth of the sun-baked earth to settle your thoughts. The path ahead is clear, its familiar contours a reassuring guide. The subtle sounds of your movement, the soft crunch of a stray pebble, the faint swish of your garments are the only interruptions to the profound stillness of the afternoon. The dry, clean scent of the high mountain air, infused with the warmth of the earth, fills your senses, creating a deep sense of tranquil presence. The gentle, pervasive warmth of the sun-baked earth beneath your sandals, a constant, comforting presence, guides your unhurried journey. The familiar path stretches out, a simple, clear line in the afternoon light, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the quiet, grounding rhythm of each step, a tranquil immersion in the simple, profound peace of the ancient land. The gentle warmth of the sun-baked earth, now a lingering memory on your feet, gives way to the cool, smooth stone of your private chambers. You step over the threshold, feeling the subtle shift in temperature and the contained quiet of the approaching evening. The air here holds a faint, dry scent of cedarwood and stored textiles, a familiar and comforting aroma that signals the transition from the outdoor world. You are dressed in your ceremonial robes, a garment of the finest vicuña wool, its deep, rich indigo hue absorbing the soft, fading light that filters through a high, narrow window. As you move across the polished stone floor, the heavy, finely woven fabric creates a soft, continuous rustle, a delicate, hushed whisper that follows your every step. The sound is subtle, yet distinct, a gentle friction of the dense fibers against themselves, a soothing accompaniment to your movements. You walk slowly, your bare feet finding the cool, even surface of the flagstones. Each step is deliberate, unhurried, a soft thud, thud, that quickly fades into the quiet of the room. The vicuña wool, incredibly soft against your skin, feels both substantial and light, a comforting embrace that moves with you, never restricting. You notice the subtle weight of the garment, its flowing lines creating a gentle drape around your form. You reach a low, intricately carved wooden table, its surface polished to a deep, dark luster. Upon it rests a small, burnished ceramic bowl, filled with clear, cool water. The water shimmers faintly in the dimming light, reflecting the soft hues of the room. Beside it, a delicate, finely woven cloth, perhaps linen, lies folded, its pristine white a contrast to the dark wood. The air around the table carries a faint, clean scent of pure water and dried herbs, a subtle, refreshing aroma. You pause, your hands resting gently on the cool, smooth wood of the table. The soft rustle of your robes ceases, and a profound silence settles around you, broken only by the almost imperceptible sound of your own breathing. You dip your fingertips into the cool water, feeling its refreshing chill, a gentle shock that quickly becomes a soothing sensation. The water feels incredibly soft, almost silken, as it glides over your skin. You trace the smooth, cool rim of the ceramic bowl with your wet fingertips, feeling the slight, natural imperfections in the ancient material. You lift your hands, allowing a few drops of water to fall back into the bowl with a soft, clear trin, plink, tiny, crystalline sounds that resonate gently in the quiet space. The coolness of the water on your skin is invigorating, a subtle awakening of your senses. You then reach for the linen cloth, its crisp, dry texture a pleasant contrast to the dampness on your hands. You gently pat your fingers dry, feeling the fine, absorbent fibers draw away the moisture with a soft, almost imperceptible blotting sound. As you stand, the soft rustle of your robes begins again, a gentle, continuous sound that accompanies your return to movement. The fading light from the window casts long, soft shadows across the stone walls, deepening the sense of quiet and introspection. The air, now cooler with the approaching night, feels fresh and clean, carrying the subtle, lingering scent of the vicuña wool and the faint, earthy aroma of the ancient stones. The soft, rhythmic sound of your robes, a continuous, gentle whisper, creates a profound sense of continuity and calm, inviting a deeper, unhurried peace into the quiet preparations for the evening meal. The soft, continuous rustle of your ceremonial robes, a gentle accompaniment to your movements, now stills as you enter a deeper, more intimate part of your private chambers. The fading light from the window has almost entirely given way to the soft, warm glow of a single fat lamp, its flame flickering gently, casting dancing shadows on the smooth stone walls. The air here is still and warm, holding a faint, earthy scent of rendered animal fat, and perhaps a subtle hint of dried herbs, a grounding aroma that fills the quiet space. You approach a low, polished wooden shelf, its dark surface reflecting the lamplight in soft, wavering gleams. Upon it rests your cherished collection of ceramic vessels, each one a testament to the skill of the potters. The vessels are of various sizes and shapes: tall, slender jars with narrow necks, wide, shallow bowls with gently curving rims, and squat, rounded pots with smooth, burnished surfaces. Their natural, earthy colors, from deep, rich reds to muted browns and pale creams, appear even softer, more profound, in the subdued light. You settle onto a small, thick cushion on the cool, smooth stone floor before the shelf, feeling its plush, woven fibers yield gently beneath you. The cool stone against your bare feet is a pleasant contrast to the warmth of the room. Your gaze drifts across the collection, observing the play of light and shadow. The flickering flame of the fat lamp, positioned on a small, elevated stone pedestal nearby, casts long, undulating shadows that dance across the curved surfaces of the ceramic vessels. A tall, slender jar appears to stretch and shrink, its silhouette subtly distorting with each flicker, creating a mesmerizing, silent movement. You reach out, your fingers gently tracing the smooth, cool surface of a wide, shallow bowl. Its unglazed clay feels subtly porous, a fine, almost imperceptible texture beneath your fingertips. The lamplight catches the rim, highlighting a faint incised pattern, barely visible in the shifting light. The shadows, deep and soft, emphasize the bowl's perfect curve, making its form appear even more profound. You feel the cool, solid weight of the ceramic, a grounding presence that speaks of ancient craft. A faint, almost imperceptible hiss comes from the fat lamp, the gentle sound of the wick slowly consuming the fuel, a soft, continuous whisper that blends seamlessly into the profound quiet of the room. The air holds a subtle, clean aroma of the burning fat, a natural, earthy scent that is both calming and deeply familiar. You watch as a shadow, cast by a nearby smaller vessel, elongates and shortens, its edges softening and sharpening with the lamp's gentle pulse. The subtle movements of light and shadow create a continuous, silent dance, a hypnotic play of contrasts that draws your awareness deeper into the moment. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the sensation of the cool ceramic beneath your fingers, the faint, warm scent in the air, and the quiet flicker of the lamp to fill your senses. The continuous, subtle movement of the shadows, even unseen, creates a profound sense of rhythm and calm. You feel your breathing slow further, each inhale and exhale a quiet, unhurried rhythm that mirrors the gentle pulse of the flame. The deep, rich colors of the vessels, even in the dim light, create a sense of quiet beauty and enduring craftsmanship. You open your eyes to find the shadows still dancing, softer now, as the flame of the fat lamp settles into a more consistent glow. The ceramic vessels, bathed in this warm, shifting light, appear to hold a quiet, ancient wisdom within their forms. The profound stillness of the room, the gentle dance of light and shadow, and the subtle, earthy scent create a deep sense of peace, inviting a tranquil, unhurried rest, a quiet immersion in the enduring beauty of crafted forms and the soft, enveloping glow of the night. The gentle, dancing shadows cast by the fat lamp on your ceramic vessels now soften and still as you prepare for deeper rest within your sleeping quarters. A faint, calming scent, dry and subtly earthy, drifts from a nearby offering bowl, a familiar aroma that signals the quiet culmination of the evening. The air here feels contained, warm yet fresh, a perfect cocoon against the cool mountain night. You turn your gaze towards the small, exquisitely carved wooden bowl resting on a low, polished stone block beside your sleeping mat. The wood, dark and smooth, gleams faintly in the dim, steady glow of a distant, carefully shielded lamp. Within the bowl, a small, neat pile of dried coca leaves, carefully selected and pristine, catches the soft light. Their surfaces are a muted green, slightly curled and dry, hinting at their delicate texture. You lean closer, inhaling slowly. The faint scent, subtle yet distinct, is dry, herbal, with a soft, almost sweet undertone, a grounding aroma that calms the mind and prepares the spirit for repose. The leaves themselves, though dried, hold a delicate papery resilience. You can almost feel their subtle coolness, even without touching them, a quiet presence in the still air. With a slow, deliberate motion, you extend a fingertip towards the bowl. Your finger hovers just above the leaves, feeling the faint, dry coolness they emanate, a subtle energy that seems to radiate from their ancient form. You gently, almost imperceptibly, nudge one of the topmost leaves. It shifts with a faint, dry whisper, a delicate, almost brittle sound, then settles back into its place with a soft rustle, a tiny ripple in the profound quiet. The subtle friction of the dry leaf against its neighbors creates a soft, almost papery sound, a delicate rustle that is deeply soothing. You feel the faint, dry texture of the leaf against your fingertip, a momentary connection to the plant's essence. You withdraw your hand, allowing your body to sink slowly onto your woven cotton sleeping mat. The familiar, firm yet yielding surface receives you, its cool, smooth texture a comforting presence against your skin. The vicuña blanket, already arranged, draws itself around you, its incomparable softness, a gentle weight that immediately begins to gather and hold your warmth. The fine fibers whisper against your cheek as you adjust slightly, finding the perfect position. The faint scent of the coca leaves, now a more distant yet still present aroma, continues to subtly permeate the air around you. It blends with the clean, dry scent of the vicuña wool and the fresh cotton of the mat, creating a layered, natural perfume that signals deep rest. You feel the cool, solid stone of the alcove walls enclosing you, a secure, private sanctuary. The profound quiet deepens, interrupted only by the soft, rhythmic sound of your own breathing. A steady, internal rhythm, the soft glow of the shielded lamp, now the sole source of light, casts long, soft shadows that stretch and blur in the corners of your quarters. The light is diffused, gentle, inviting the eyes to close rather than to focus. You notice the subtle, almost imperceptible hiss of the lamp's wick, a continuous, delicate sound that blends into the background stillness. The air remains warm, still, a perfect medium for the subtle aromas. The darkness beyond the immediate radius of the lamp feels velvety, deep, and utterly peaceful, a vast, welcoming expanse, ready to receive your consciousness. The calming, dry scent of the coca leaves, a gentle and grounding presence, continues to subtly permeate the still air of your sleeping quarters. You feel the profound quiet, the enveloping warmth of your blanket, and the cool, smooth texture of the mat cradling you, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the quiet expanse of sleep. As the soft lamp casts its unchanging, gentle glow upon the silent room, the subtle, dry scent of the coca leaves, now a faint and distant echo, accompanies you as you lie in the profound, velvety darkness of your high-altitude sleeping alcove. You feel the cool, smooth texture of your woven cotton sleeping mat against your back, a familiar, grounding presence that anchors you gently in the quiet night. You shift almost imperceptibly, a slow, deliberate movement that creates a delicate, hushed rustle of the finely spun vicuña blanket. Its incredible softness whispers against your cheek, a feathery, weightless caress that encourages a deep sigh. The dense yet impossibly light fibers of the blanket immediately begin to gather and hold your body's warmth, creating a perfectly insulated cocoon that feels both secure and expansive. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the gentle, even rise and fall of your chest against the firm, yet yielding surface of the mat, a continuous, soothing rhythm that resonates deep within. The air within the alcove is still, cool, and exquisitely clean, carrying the faintest, almost imperceptible hint of dry earth from the ancient, enclosing stones. In the absolute darkness, your eyes are softly closed, yet an internal vision begins to form, unbidden and clear. You imagine the vast, crystalline expanse of the Andean night sky, stretching endlessly above your abode. It is a canvas of profound, inky black, a depth that seems to absorb all light, yet it is dotted with countless, distant points of brilliance. Your mind effortlessly seeks out the familiar, sacred pattern of the Southern Cross, Gruel, a constellation that has guided generations of your ancestors across these mountains. You see its 4 bright stars, luminous pinpricks, forming a precise, tilted diamond in your mind's eye, a silent, celestial jewel. You focus on these imagined stars, allowing their internal light to grow steadier, more distinct. The brightest, Acrux, glows with a pure, unwavering white light, a focal point in the dark expanse of your thoughts. Beside it, Gacrux, a softer reddish hue, completes the vertical bar of the cross, its color a deep, warm ember. Then, on either side, Imai and Mimosa, like delicate shimmering jewels, mark the horizontal arm, each a quiet point of light. The imagined space between them feels immense, yet intimately connected by invisible lines of ancient knowledge, a cosmic weaving of light and profound darkness. You feel a quiet sense of wonder at their imagined brilliance, a distant, ancient beauty that transcends the immediate confines of your sleeping space, drawing your awareness upwards and outwards. The cool, solid stone of your alcove walls, unseen in the complete darkness, feels like a protective, embracing presence, holding you securely within this high-altitude dwelling. You sense the immense quiet outside, the thin, crisp air of the mountains, a profound stillness that allows the imagined starlight to feel even more potent, a silent, cosmic hum that vibrates just beyond the threshold of hearing. Your body, deeply relaxed and heavy, sinks further into the soft layers of the vicuña blanket, feeling the gentle, insistent pull of gravity, a comforting weight that presses you downwards into the peaceful, unyielding embrace of the earth beneath you. You trace the imagined lines of the Southern Cross in your mind, a silent, repetitive motion that encourages a deeper, more profound state of calm. The internal image of the stars, a precise, luminous pattern, begins to soften, to blur at its edges, becoming less distinct, gently dissolving into the deep, velvety blackness. The faint, clean scent of the vicuña wool, a natural, grounding aroma, blends with the dry, earthy scent of the ancient stones, creating a deeply calming atmosphere. The profound quiet of your high-altitude abode, a vast, enveloping stillness, gently cradles you, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, boundless expanse of effortless sleep. The imagined constellations of the Southern Cross, now a fading internal shimmer, gently recede as you stir from deep slumber. You feel the cool, smooth texture of your woven cotton sleeping mat beneath you, a grounding presence as your awareness slowly returns. The deep, velvety darkness of your high-altitude abode begins to soften, hinting at the earliest approach of dawn. You shift, a slow, unhurried movement, feeling the gentle friction of the finely spun vicuña blanket as it shifts with you. Its incredible softness whispers against your cheek, a weightless caress. You take a long, deep breath, tasting the cool, clean air that now carries a faint, dry scent of ancient stone and perhaps a subtle hint of dried herbs. A familiar and comforting aroma that signals the quiet beginning of a new day. With unhurried grace, you push yourself to a seated position on the mat, feeling its firm yet yielding support. The cool air touches more of your skin, a gentle invitation to awaken fully. You rise, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth surface of the polished stone floor. Each step is deliberate, a soft two that quickly fades into the quiet of the room. You move towards a secluded alcove in your private chambers, a dedicated dressing room. The air here is still, holding a faint, sweet scent of natural oils and finely preserved textiles. An attendant, a quiet presence you barely register, is already seated on a low, polished wooden stool, awaiting your arrival. On a small, intricately carved wooden table before them rests a collection of smooth, dark wooden combs, each one a testament to meticulous craftsmanship. The room is softly illuminated by the steady glow of a carefully shielded lamp, casting a warm, intimate circle of light that deepens the shadows in the corners. You settle onto a matching stool, its surface cool and smooth beneath you. The attendant reaches for one of the combs, a long, slender piece of dark, polished chonta wood, its teeth perfectly spaced and incredibly smooth. You feel the gentle, almost imperceptible thrum of the comb as it is lifted from the table. With a slow, deliberate motion, they begin to draw the comb through your long, dark hair. The first pass is gentle, a soft, continuous scrape that starts from your scalp and glides smoothly downwards through the entire length of your hair. You feel the delicate pressure of the comb's teeth against your scalp, a subtle, invigorating sensation that sends a faint tremor down your back. The sound is incredibly soothing, a dry, almost rhythmic swoosh scrape that follows the path of the comb, a quiet, repetitive whisper that fills the stillness of the room. Any tangles, if present, yield with a soft, almost imperceptible pull, quickly smoothed away by the comb's patient journey. The attendant's movements are unhurried, their touch light yet firm, a practiced grace that ensures no discomfort. With each successive pass, the soft scrape of the comb becomes more fluid, more continuous, as your hair, long and dark, responds with a growing silkiness. You close your eyes, allowing the rhythmic sensation to wash over you, feeling the individual strands separate and align, becoming smooth and untangled. The faint, clean scent of your hair, mingled with the subtle, woody aroma of the comb, rises gently with each stroke, creating a delicate, grounding perfume. You feel the weight of your hair as it settles smoothly against your back, a soft, cool presence. The continuous, gentle scrape, scrape, scrape of the wooden comb, a quiet, rhythmic sound, deepens your sense of calm. The steady, warm glow of the lamp, the soft, clean scent, and the profound quiet of the dressing room create a deep sense of peace and preparation, inviting a tranquil, unhurried beginning to the day, a gentle immersion in the soothing ritual of care. The rhythmic scrape of the wooden comb through your hair, a soothing memory on your scalp, gently recedes as the attendant finishes their careful work. You rise from the stool in the quiet of your dressing room, feeling the renewed lightness of your freshly groomed hair. The nascent light of dawn, now a soft, diffused glow, filters through a small, high opening, casting a gentle, even illumination across the smooth, dark wood of the table before you. You approach the table, its surface cool and polished beneath your fingertips. Upon it, nestled on a small square of soft, undyed vicuña cloth, rests a collection of precious ornaments. The cloth, incredibly fine and soft, cushions the delicate metalwork, preventing any harsh sounds or scratches. The air here is still, holding a faint, clean scent of natural fibers, and perhaps a subtle hint of the polished metal itself. Your gaze settles on a small, intricate silver ornament, destined for your ceremonial robes. Its surface, though beautiful, holds a faint tarnish, a subtle dullness that mutes its inherent brilliance. You reach for it, feeling its surprising weight, dense and cool in your palm. The silver is smooth, yet its intricate carvings, a series of delicate geometric patterns, offer a slight, tactile resistance under your fingertip. You notice the cool temperature of the metal, a refreshing sensation against your skin. Beside the ornament, a small, tightly woven bundle of very fine, soft alpaca wool rests on the vicuña cloth, prepared specifically for polishing. You pick up this small bundle, feeling its incredible softness, its delicate fluffiness. The wool feels almost weightless, yet substantial enough to hold its form. A faint, clean scent of pure wool rises as you bring it closer, a grounding aroma. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to gently polish the silver ornament. You hold the ornament firmly but carefully in one hand, its cool weight a steady anchor. With the other, you take the soft alpaca wool and begin to rub it in small, circular motions across the silver surface. The initial friction creates a faint, almost imperceptible cries-whisper scrape, a delicate, dry sound that is barely audible. As you continue, the sound becomes softer, more consistent, a continuous, hushed chush-shush as the fine wool works its magic. You watch as the dullness slowly begins to recede, yielding to a growing brilliance. The silver, previously muted, now catches the nascent light, reflecting it in soft, cool gleams. The intricate geometric patterns, previously softened by the tarnish, become sharper, more defined, their raised edges and recessed lines catching the light with renewed clarity. You feel the subtle warmth that builds in the silver as you polish, a gentle heat that spreads from the friction, a testament to the transformation taking place. The alpaca wool, as it cleans, becomes subtly darker, absorbing the tarnish, while the silver beneath gleams brighter and brighter. You turn the ornament slowly, allowing the light to strike it from different angles, revealing every curve and line. The polished surface now reflects the faint light with a soft, cool luster, a deep, understated gleam that speaks of purity and craftsmanship. The gentle, rhythmic shoosh-shoosh of the wool against the silver is deeply calming, a repetitive, focused sound that encourages a profound sense of presence. The air holds a faint, clean metallic scent, a subtle aroma that rises from the newly polished silver. You pause, holding the gleaming ornament aloft, its surface now radiating a cool, soft brilliance in the nascent light. The profound quiet of the dressing room, the delicate sounds of the polishing, and the satisfying transformation of the silver create a deep sense of order and peace, inviting a tranquil, unhurried ease, a quiet immersion in the enduring beauty of precious materials and meticulous care. The cool, gleaming silver ornament, now radiating its quiet brilliance, is carefully set aside as you move from your dressing room. You step over the smooth stone threshold, leaving the intimate quiet behind, and enter a small, private courtyard within your noble compound. The morning sun, now high and bright, casts sharp, distinct shadows across the meticulously swept flagstones, yet here, a deeper, more profound quiet settles around you. You walk with unhurried grace towards a small, precisely constructed shrine, nestled against a wall of ancient, perfectly fitted stones. The air here feels still, holding a faint dry scent of sun-baked earth and a subtle, sweet aroma of dried flower petals. A sense of quiet reverence permeates the space, a palpable stillness that encourages a soft, internal hush. Before the shrine, an attendant, moving with a respectful, almost imperceptible grace, is in the process of carefully placing offerings. The shrine itself is a simple, elegant construction of polished, dark stone, its surface smooth and cool, worn by countless touches of devotion. On a low, flat stone slab before it, several small, intricately carved ceramic bowls are arranged in a precise, geometric pattern. Their earthy colors, deep ochre, muted red, and pale cream, appear rich and profound in the clear morning light. You pause a respectful distance away, allowing your gaze to settle on the attendant's meticulous work. Their hands, moving with slow, deliberate precision, reach for a small, perfectly formed ear of dried maize, its kernels a deep, burnished gold. You hear the faint, dry click as the ear is gently placed into one of the ceramic bowls, a small, clear sound that resonates softly in the quiet air. The maize kernels, hard and smooth, catch the sunlight, appearing to shimmer with a quiet inner light. A subtle, dry, earthy aroma rises from the maize, a grounding scent of sustenance and life. Next, the attendant carefully lifts a small, shallow basket woven from fine, pliable reeds. Within it, a handful of dried coca leaves, their surfaces a muted green and slightly curled, rest in a neat pile. You remember their calming scent from your sleeping quarters. With the utmost care, they transfer a small, precise quantity of these leaves into another ceramic bowl. You hear the faint, dry, shooping whisper and rustle as the leaves settle, a delicate, papery sound that is deeply soothing. The light catches the dry leaves, highlighting their delicate veins and textures. Finally, the attendant reaches for a small, polished wooden cup, its surface smooth and dark. From a larger burnished ceramic jug, they pour a thin, steady stream of clear, cool water into the cup. The water flows with a soft, continuous gurgle, a gentle, liquid sound that fills the immediate space. You see the water gleam in the cup, reflecting the morning light, its surface still and pristine. A faint, fresh scent of pure mountain water rises, clean and invigorating. With the same deliberate care, the attendant places the full cup onto the stone slab, its base meeting the polished stone with a soft, almost imperceptible thud. The offerings are now complete, arranged with a quiet reverence and perfect symmetry. The attendant rises, their movements as silent and respectful as before, and withdraws, leaving you in the profound stillness of the shrine. The morning sun, now a steady, warm presence, illuminates the meticulously placed offerings, highlighting their simple beauty and profound significance. The air holds the layered scents of maize, coca, and pure water, a gentle, grounding perfume. You stand for a moment longer, allowing the quiet dedication of the ritual, the simple beauty of the offerings, and the profound stillness of the shrine to settle deep within you. The quiet reverence of the private shrine, with its meticulously placed offerings, gently recedes as you turn from the sacred space. You walk across the cool, smooth flagstones of the courtyard, feeling their solid, unyielding presence beneath your sandals. The morning sun, now high and bright, casts sharp, distinct shadows, yet the air remains calm, carrying a faint, dry scent of sun-baked earth. As you move deeper into the compound, a new sound, subtle yet persistent, begins to drift into your awareness. It is a distant, rhythmic thestad, a deep, resonant beat that seems to emanate from a hidden, industrious corner of the estate. This is the sound of maize being prepared, the steady, patient work that transforms golden kernels into the fine flour for daily bread. The sound is muffled by thick stone walls, softened by distance, yet it carries a profound sense of continuity and purpose. You pause near an arched doorway, its cool, smooth stone offering a momentary respite from the direct sun. The rhythmic thud-pay becomes clearer here, a slow, deliberate cadence that feels both ancient and deeply grounding. You imagine the heavy, polished stone pestle rising and falling with precise, unhurried movements, striking the dry, hard maize kernels in a deep, hollowed-out mortar. Each strike is firm, yet controlled, a testament to the strength and skill of those performing the task. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the sound to fill your awareness. The deep, resonant mend of the one mind reverberates softly, a percussive rhythm that seems to align with the slow, steady beat of your own heart. You envision the maize kernels, dry and hard, yielding under the repeated impact, breaking into smaller and smaller fragments, gradually transforming into a fine, pale yellow powder. A faint, dry, earthy aroma of freshly broken maize, carried on the gentle air currents, subtly reaches you, mingling with the clean scent of the morning. The sound is not hurried or frantic. It is a patient, enduring rhythm, a quiet testament to the daily cycle of sustenance and craft. Between each Lucian long, there is a brief, almost imperceptible pause, a moment of stillness before the next impact, creating a hypnotic pattern of sound and silence. You feel the subtle vibration of the distant work, a faint tremor that resonates through the solid stone beneath your feet, connecting you to the unseen activity. The sun, warm on your skin, and the cool stone of the doorway create a gentle contrast, enhancing your focus on the auditory sensation. You open your eyes, allowing your gaze to drift across the sun-drenched courtyard. The light is clear and sharp, highlighting the precise geometry of the stone architecture. The air, though warm, feels fresh and clean, carrying the subtle, grounding aroma of maize. The distant, rhythmic tude continues, a constant, soothing presence that seems to anchor the entire compound in a state of quiet industry and profound calm. It is a sound that has echoed through these walls for generations, a timeless rhythm of daily life. You lean against the cool stone, allowing the deep, rhythmic foam to the pestle to wash over you, a continuous, grounding sound that deepens your sense of peace. The slow, repetitive rhythm, a quiet assurance of sustenance and tradition, invites a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, encompassing calm of the day, a gentle immersion in the ancient, rhythmic pulse of life. The distant, rhythmic thudding of the pestle, a grounding echo in the morning air, now fades as you move through your compound. You step into a cool, shaded storage chamber, leaving the bright sun behind. The air here feels noticeably cooler, carrying a faint, clean scent of damp earth and stored ceramic, a refreshing change from the outside warmth. Your gaze settles on a large, burnished red water jar, standing tall and proud in a recessed niche carved into the thick stone wall. Its surface, smooth and polished, gleams softly in the dim light that filters into the chamber. The cool, dark ceramic promises a refreshing coolness within. You approach the jar, feeling the solid, unyielding presence of the stone floor beneath your sandals. You reach out, your fingers making contact with the smooth, cool surface of the water jar. The clay is incredibly fine, almost silken to the touch, and its coolness immediately draws away any lingering warmth from your skin, a deeply satisfying sensation. You notice the subtle, almost imperceptible texture of the polished ceramic, a fine, even finish that speaks of meticulous craftsmanship. The jar's broad, curving belly feels solid and substantial, a vessel of ancient design. With a slow, deliberate movement, you lift the lid, a flat, round piece of polished chanta wood. It separates from the rim with a soft, gentle thunk, a muted sound that resonates briefly in the quiet chamber. A rush of cool, fresh air, carrying the clean, pristine scent of pure mountain water, rises from the jar's depths, invigorating your senses. You peer inside. The water, dark and still, reflects the faint light from above, appearing like a polished obsidian mirror. You reach for a small, intricately carved wooden cup, its surface smooth and dark, resting on a low stone ledge beside the jar. Its delicate weight feels familiar in your hand. With careful precision, you dip the cup into the cool water. The liquid flows into the cup with a soft, continuous gurgle, a gentle, liquid sound that echoes softly within the jar's dark interior. You feel the coolness of the water against the wood of the cup, a refreshing sensation. You lift the cup, its contents now clear and sparkling in the dim light. A faint, earthy scent of pure, clean water rises from the cup, promising refreshment. You bring the cup slowly to your lips, feeling the cool, smooth wood against your skin. The first sip is incredibly refreshing, a pure, clean taste that quenches a subtle thirst. The cool liquid glides down your throat, a soothing sensation that spreads a gentle coolness throughout your body, invigorating you from within. You take another slow, deliberate sip, allowing the cool, pristine water to fully hydrate and calm your senses. The subtle mineral taste of the pure mountain water is both grounding and revitalizing. You pause, holding the empty cup, feeling its delicate weight and the lingering coolness of the water within. The large water jar, its smooth, cool surface a comforting presence, stands silently in the dim light. The profound quiet of the storage chamber, the refreshing taste of the water, and the cool, smooth ceramic create a deep sense of peace and contentment, inviting a tranquil, unhurried rest, a quiet immersion in the simple, profound pleasure of pure sustenance. The faint, clean scent of the damp earth within the chamber, a grounding aroma, deepens the sense of quiet and calm. The refreshing coolness of the pure mountain water, a subtle memory, still lingers on your tongue as you step from the quiet storage chamber. You move into a smaller, sun-drenched antechamber, its precisely fitted stone walls radiating a gentle, pervasive warmth from the midday sun. The air here, dry and still, carries a faint, clean scent of sun-baked stone and the delicate, earthy aroma of raw fibers. You approach a wide, low table crafted from dark, polished chonta wood, its surface gleaming with a deep, rich luster. Upon it, several large, loosely tied bundles of unspun cotton fibers rest on thick woven reed mats. The light from a high, narrow window falls directly onto these bundles, illuminating their soft, cloud-like forms in a clear, even glow. The natural hues of the cotton, from creamy white to palest beige, appear even softer, more profound in this gentle light. You reach for one of the bundles, your fingers brushing against the coarse, dry twine that secures it. With slow, deliberate movements, you untie the simple knot, feeling the sturdy fibers yield under your gentle pressure. The outer wrapping, a finely woven bark material, falls away with a soft, dry rustle, revealing the pristine cotton within. The compressed fibers, released from their binding, expand with a delicate, almost imperceptible fluffing sound, exhaling a concentrated, clean scent of sun-dried cotton, dry and subtly sweet. You gather a generous handful of the unspun cotton, feeling its surprising lightness and incredible softness. The fibers are remarkably fine, almost ethereal, yet they hold together with a delicate resilience. You bring the cotton closer to your eyes, observing the subtle variations in its natural color. It is not a uniform white, but a spectrum of soft, understated hues. You notice whispers of pale cream, hints of faint, warm gold, and elusive traces of almost imperceptible gray, all woven into the overarching whiteness. The sunlight catches these minute differences, making the fibers appear to subtly gleam and shift, a quiet dance of natural light and shadow within the cloud-like mass. You close your eyes for a moment, pressing the soft cotton against your cheek. The sensation is one of profound gentleness, its downy texture, a soothing caress against your skin. The fibers feel dry and cool, yet they quickly absorb your body's warmth, creating a delicate, comforting presence. You run your fingers slowly through the mass, feeling the individual strands separate, and glide against each other with a faint, dry whisper. A delicate, almost papery sound that is deeply calming. The subtle friction creates a continuous, hushed foreshurros as you gently pull the fibers apart, then allow them to drift back together. The air around you is still, holding the pure, dry scent of the cotton, mingled with the pervasive warmth of the sun-baked stone. The profound quiet of the antechamber, broken only by the delicate sounds of the fibers, feels deeply calming, a space where focus is effortless and thoughts gently recede. You continue to separate and rejoin the unspun cotton, feeling its soft, yielding nature, observing the subtle interplay of light and color, a continuous, meditative process that draws you deeper into a state of profound tranquility. The subtle variations in color within the unspun cotton, a quiet spectrum of natural hues, rests gently in your hands, its profound softness and delicate sounds creating a deep sense of peace. The pervasive warmth of the sun-drenched antechamber and the continuous, hushed shush of the fibers invite a deeper, unhurried surrender to the quiet, grounding rhythm of the moment, a tranquil immersion in the delicate beauty of pure material. The soft, dry whisper of unspun cotton, now a fading tactile memory, gently recedes as you step from the sun-drenched antechamber. You move through a cool, shadowed passage, feeling the familiar smooth stone beneath your sandals, and emerge onto the edge of your terraced estate. The midday sun, now slightly softened, still warms the air, which carries a fresh, clean scent of dry earth and hardy mountain flora. You walk along a narrow, well-trodden path, a soft ribbon of packed earth that defines the boundary of your meticulously cultivated terraces. The path offers a gentle resistance beneath your feet, a subtle give and take with each unhurried step. The air here feels more expansive, more open, carrying a delicate, almost imperceptible coolness that contrasts with the sun's pervasive warmth. To your side, beyond the precise lines of the terraced fields, stretches a vast expanse of tall, wild grasses. Their long, slender blades, a muted golden green, reach upwards, swaying gently in unison. A faint, continuous breeze, almost imperceptible on your skin, begins to stir them. You hear the soft, rhythmic whisper of the wind as it passes through the tall grasses, a delicate, dry rustle that is deeply soothing. The sound is continuous, yet varies subtly in intensity, a gentle ebb and flow that mimics the rhythm of the breathing. Each individual blade seems to make a faint, dry, hissing sound as it brushes against its neighbor, creating a layered symphony of soft, natural sounds. You pause, allowing the subtle movement and sound of the grasses to wash over you. The light catches the tips of the blades, making them appear to shimmer with a faint, almost silvery gleam as they bend and sway. The uniform motion creates a hypnotic visual, a vast, undulating carpet of green and gold. You notice the delicate, almost invisible seed heads that top many of the stalks, their tiny forms adding to the subtle texture of the landscape. The air carries a faint, dry, grassy scent, a natural aroma that is both grounding and calming. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the soft, continuous whisper of the wind through the grasses fill your awareness. The sound is gentle, repetitive, yet never monotonous, each subtle variation drawing your mind deeper into a state of profound calm. You feel the subtle coolness of the breeze on your face, a delicate caress that invigorates without disturbing your tranquility. The sun's warmth, still present on your skin, creates a comforting balance with the cool air, a gentle embrace of natural elements. The distant, muted call of a bird, a soft, clear note, drifts on the air, a fleeting sound that quickly dissolves into the continuous shush-shush-shush of the grasses. You open your eyes, observing the seemingly endless expanse of swaying blades, their movements a testament to the unseen forces of the wind. The precise boundary of your terraced estate, with its orderly cultivation, meets the wild, untamed beauty of the natural landscape, creating a harmonious, peaceful edge. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool, clean air fill your lungs, carrying the subtle, dry scent of the grasses. The continuous, soft whisper of the wind through the tall blades, a persistent, lulling sound, deepens your sense of peace and continuity, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, encompassing calm of the afternoon, a gentle immersion in the rhythmic, natural world, the soft whisper of wind through the tall grasses, a lingering echo of the wild landscape, gently recedes as you re-enter the contained tranquility of your inner courtyard. The midday sun, now a steady, warm presence, bathes the precisely fitted stone walls in a soft, even light, illuminating the vibrant hues of the flowering plants. The air here feels still and warm, carrying a delicate, sweet scent of nectar and sun-warmed petals, a gentle perfume that calms the senses. You walk with unhurried grace towards a cluster of brightly colored flowering plants, carefully cultivated in large, burnished red ceramic pots. The pots, smooth and cool to the touch, radiate a subtle warmth from the sun, a rich contrast to the verdant foliage. Their curves and forms are elegant, a testament to the potter's skill. The plants themselves are a riot of deep reds, soft purples, and brilliant oranges, their petals unfurling in delicate, intricate patterns. You pause, allowing your gaze to settle on a small, iridescent hummingbird. Its tiny body, a jewel of emerald green and sapphire blue, hovering with astonishing precision before a deep red flower. Its wings, a blur of impossibly rapid motion, create a faint, continuous humming sound, a delicate, high-pitched whir that is barely audible, yet distinct in the quiet air. The sound is subtle, almost ethereal, a testament to the bird's tireless energy. You watch, captivated, as the hummingbird extends its long, slender beak deep into the heart of the flower. There is no haste in its movements, only a patient, focused dedication to its task. Its tiny feet, almost invisible, cling delicately to the edge of a petal, providing a momentary anchor. The flower itself, soft and velvety, seems to yield to the bird's gentle probing, releasing its sweet nectar. A faint, sweet aroma of the flower, intensified by the bird's presence, rises gently, mingling with the warm air. The hummingbird withdraws its beak, then hovers for a brief moment, its wings still a mesmerizing blur, creating that soft, continuous hum. You notice the subtle shift in its iridescent plumage as it catches the sunlight, flashes of brilliant color appearing and disappearing with each tiny movement. Its eyes, small and dark, seem to hold a profound, ancient focus. It then drifts with an almost liquid grace to the next flower, a soft whoosh of air accompanying its swift, silent transition. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the faint, continuous humming sound to fill your awareness. The sound is delicate, repetitive, yet never monotonous, each subtle variation drawing your mind deeper into a state of profound calm. You feel the gentle warmth of the sun on your face, a comforting presence that encourages a deep sense of ease. The sweet scent of the nectar, now more pervasive, wraps around you, a gentle, natural perfume that soothes the senses. You open your eyes to find the hummingbird at another flower, its patient flight continuing its silent, purposeful dance. The vibrant colors of the flowering plants, bathed in the steady midday sun, create a harmonious, peaceful scene. The subtle, continuous sunning of the hummingbird, a constant, delicate presence, deepens your sense of peace and continuity, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, encompassing calm of the afternoon, a gentle immersion in the rhythmic, natural world. You feel the cool, smooth stone of the courtyard under your sandals, a steady, grounding presence. The patient flight of the hummingbird, a delicate, continuous hum in the warm, still air, creates a profound sense of quiet focus. The gentle, sweet scent of nectar and the vibrant colors of the flowers invite a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, encompassing calm of the afternoon, a gentle immersion in the rhythmic, natural world. The delicate, continuous humming of the hummingbird, now a fading memory, recedes as you step from the sun-drenched courtyard. You enter a cool, shaded inner chamber, its precisely fitted stone walls radiating a gentle, contained coolness. The air here is still, carrying a faint, clean scent of damp earth and polished ceramic, a refreshing change from the outside warmth. You settle onto a low, wide stone bench, its surface worn smooth and cool by generations of touch. The coolness of the stone immediately begins to draw away any lingering warmth from your body, a refreshing sensation that spreads slowly, deeply through your muscles. You adjust your posture, allowing your back to rest fully against the smooth vertical stone of the wall, finding a point of perfect ease. Before you, on a small, intricately carved wooden table, a burnished red ceramic pitcher stands tall and elegant. Its smooth, curved surface gleams softly in the dim, diffused light that filters into the chamber. The pitcher's clay feels cool and substantial to the touch, a vessel of ancient design, promising cool liquid within. Beside it, a delicate, unadorned drinking vessel, a small, perfectly formed ceramic cup of pale cream, rests awaiting its contents. An attendant, moving with quiet, respectful grace, approaches the table. Their hands, with practiced ease, reach for the pitcher. You hear the faint, dry little citrates as their fingers settle onto the cool, smooth ceramic. With a slow, deliberate motion, they lift the pitcher, its weight substantial yet balanced. As they tilt it, a thin, steady stream of clear, cool water begins to flow from its spout. The water pours into the waiting ceramic cup with a gentle, continuous gurgle, a soft, liquid sound that fills the quiet chamber. The sound is clear, pure, and deeply soothing, a rhythmic cascade that resonates softly against the smooth ceramic of the cup. You watch as the water rises steadily within the cup, its surface sparkling with tiny, fleeting reflections of the dim light. A faint, fresh scent of pure mountain water, clean and invigorating, rises from the pouring stream, mingling with the cool air. The attendant continues to pour until the cup is almost full, the water reaching just below the rim. The gurgling sound slowly diminishes, then ceases entirely as the pitcher is gently tilted back. A few last drops of water cling to the spout, then fall with soft, clear plink-plink sounds into the filled cup, tiny crystalline notes that punctuate the newly returned silence. The attendant then places the pitcher back onto the table with a soft, almost imperceptible thud, its base meeting the polished wood with a gentle finality. The drinking vessel, now full of clear, cool water, rests silently on the table, its surface still shimmering with the water's gentle movement. You feel the profound quiet of the chamber, broken only by the lingering echoes of the pouring water. The cool, smooth stone beneath you, the cool, pure water in the cup, and the subtle, earthy scent of the ceramic create a deep sense of peace and contentment, inviting a tranquil, unhurried rest, a quiet immersion in the simple, profound pleasure of pure sustenance. The consistent coolness of the chamber, a gentle, enveloping presence, deepens the sense of calm. The gentle sound of water being poured, a clear, rhythmic cascade, settles deep within your awareness. The cool, refreshing water in the cup, a promise of simple sustenance, invites a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, encompassing calm of the afternoon, a gentle immersion in the quiet, fluid rhythms of the world. The gentle sound of water being poured, now a refreshing memory on your tongue, recedes as you turn from the cool chamber. You step into your quiet, sun-drenched workshop, a space dedicated to the meticulous art of weaving. The air here feels dry and still, carrying a faint, clean scent of fine fibers and polished wood, a familiar and grounding aroma that fills the tranquil space. You approach a long, low work table, crafted from dark, smooth chanta wood, its surface gleaming with a deep, rich luster. The midday sun, now a steady, warm presence, streams through a high, narrow window, illuminating the table in a soft, even glow, highlighting the subtle grain of the wood. Upon the table, neatly arranged, rests your collection of weaving tools, each one a testament to meticulous craftsmanship and ancient tradition. You reach for a slender, dark wooden spindle, its surface incredibly smooth and cool to the touch. You feel its perfectly balanced weight, a familiar presence in your hand. With slow, deliberate movements, you place it onto the table, aligning it precisely with the edge. There is a faint, soft thunk as the wood meets the polished surface, a small, clear sound that resonates briefly in the quiet room. You notice the subtle sheen of the wood, catching the sunlight, a quiet luster that speaks of its inherent quality. Next, you select a set of weaving battens, long, flat pieces of smooth, dense wood, their edges subtly beveled and worn from countless hours of use. You pick up the largest one, feeling its substantial yet balanced weight. Its surface, cool and smooth, bears the faint, almost invisible marks of past projects, a quiet testament to its history. With careful precision, you arrange it beside the spindle, ensuring it lies perfectly parallel, its length creating a sense of order. The slight scrape of the wood against the table is soft, barely audible, a delicate, dry sound that is deeply soothing. Your fingers then drift towards a collection of small, boat-shaped shuttles, carved from lighter, fine-grained wood. You pick up one, feeling its delicate weight and its smooth, ergonomic curve, designed to fit perfectly in the hand. The wood is pale, almost creamy in color, a gentle contrast to the darker battens. You notice the subtle sheen of the polished wood, catching the sunlight, a quiet gleam that speaks of its inherent quality. With methodical precision, you place it into a small, shallow wooden tray, arranging it neatly alongside several others, each one ready for its purpose. The faint twunk as the shuttle meets the wood of the tray is soft and clear, a tiny, resonant sound that punctuates the quiet. You pause, stepping back slightly, allowing your gaze to take in the perfectly arranged tools. The collection, a miniature landscape of wood and fiber, creates a harmonious, geometric composition on the dark, polished table. The light plays across their surfaces, highlighting the subtle variations in their natural hues and textures. The air holds a faint, clean scent of polished wood and fine fibers, a subtle perfume of craft and tradition. The profound quiet of the workshop, broken only by the delicate sounds of the tools, feels deeply calming, a space where focus is effortless. You pick up one last item, a small, smooth bone needle, its tip finely sharpened. You trace its cool, polished surface with your thumb, feeling its delicate point. With a final, deliberate movement, you place it into a small, carved wooden box, its base meeting the soft lining with a faint, almost imperceptible sword. The box closes with a soft, satisfying click, a gentle finality. The meticulously arranged weaving tools, a quiet testament to precision and craftsmanship, rest silently on the table beneath your gaze. The meticulously arranged weaving tools, now resting in quiet order on your work table, slowly recede from your focus as the day's light begins its gentle fade. You step from your workshop, leaving the faint scent of polished wood and fine fibers behind, and move through a cool, shadowed passage towards your private sleeping quarters. The air here in the advancing evening feels noticeably cooler, carrying a clean, crisp scent of the high mountain night that hints at the profound stillness to come. You approach your sleeping mat, its familiar, firm, yet yielding surface of woven reeds, covered with layers of soft, finely spun cotton. The cool, smooth texture of the cotton is a welcoming sensation beneath your bare feet, a grounding presence after the day's activities. You settle onto the mat with unhurried grace, feeling its gentle give, and then its steady support as your body stretches out, finding its accustomed resting place. There is a soft, dry rustle of your simple sleeping garments as you adjust, a delicate whisper that quickly fades into the quiet. An attendant, moving with the silent, respectful grace you are accustomed to, approaches your mat. Their presence is barely a shadow in the deepening twilight of the chamber. You hear the faint, soft swish of finely woven fabric as they carefully lift and unfurl a heavy, finely woven blanket. This is a blanket of exceptional vicuña wool, its deep, rich, brown hue almost invisible in the dim light, but its quality evident in the subtle rustle of its dense, soft fibers. The air around it seems to stir, carrying a faint, clean scent of pure, undyed wool. With a slow, deliberate motion, the attendant gently lowers the blanket over you. You feel its immediate, comforting weight as it settles, a profound, enveloping pressure that spreads from your shoulders down to your feet. The vicuña wool, incredibly dense yet impossibly soft, conforms precisely to the contours of your body, creating an instant cocoon of warmth. The fibers whisper against your skin, a delicate, almost feathery touch that encourages a deep sigh of release. The subtle friction of the wool against the cotton sheet beneath it creates a continuous, hushed shush-shush-shush, a soft, rhythmic sound that is deeply soothing. You shift slightly, allowing the blanket to settle even more completely around you. The gentle pressure feels like a profound embrace, a comforting anchor that draws you deeper into the mat. You trace the smooth, even weave of the vicuña with your fingertips, feeling its unparalleled softness, its delicate resilience. The blanket holds a comforting, even warmth, a perfect barrier against the cool mountain night. You feel the muscles in your back and shoulders release any lingering tension, sinking fully into the soft, yielding layers. The weight is substantial, yet never oppressive, allowing for a complete sense of ease and security. The profound quiet of your sleeping quarters deepens, becoming almost tangible. The last vestiges of the day's light have long since vanished, replaced by an absolute, velvety darkness that feels both vast and intimate. You feel the cool, solid stone of the alcove walls enclosing you, a secure, private sanctuary. The air remains clean and crisp, carrying the subtle, grounding scent of the vicuña wool and the faintest, dry aroma of the ancient stones. The only sound is the soft, rhythmic presence of your own breathing, a steady, internal wave in the ocean of quiet. The comforting weight of the woven blanket, a profound, enveloping presence, settles deeply over you in the cool mountain night. The unparalleled softness of the vicuña, the gentle warmth it provides, and the deep, encompassing quiet create a sense of profound peace, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, boundless expanse of effortless sleep. As your breath continues its slow, steady rhythm, the comforting weight of the woven blanket, now a familiar and profound embrace, settles deeply over you. You feel its unparalleled softness against your skin, a continuous, delicate caress that encourages a deep sense of peace. The deep stillness of the cool mountain night has fully enveloped your sleeping quarters, a profound quiet that feels both vast and intimate. You lie perfectly still, nestled within the layers of the finely spun vicuña blanket and the soft cotton mat. Your body, deeply relaxed, feels heavy and grounded, sinking gently into the yielding surface beneath you. The cool, smooth texture of the woven cotton mat against your back provides a steady, unchanging anchor. The air around you is still, cool, and exquisitely clean, carrying the faint, dry scent of pure wool and ancient stone, a grounding aroma that signals deep rest. Your attention slowly, effortlessly, turns inwards, settling on the soft, steady rhythm of your own breathing. Each inhale is a gentle expansion, a quiet intake of the cool, clean air. You feel your chest rise, a subtle, unhurried movement that lifts the light weight of the blanket. As you exhale, your body softens further, releasing any lingering tension, allowing your muscles to melt deeper into the mat. The breath leaves your body with a soft, almost imperceptible hush, a continuous, gentle whisper that becomes the sole focus of your awareness. The rhythm is perfectly even, a slow, continuous wave that rises and falls with effortless grace. There is no effort in this breath, no conscious control, only a natural, automatic flow that has sustained you throughout the day and now guides you into deeper slumber. You feel the cool air enter your nostrils, a subtle, refreshing sensation, and the slightly warmer air leave, a gentle release. This simple, repetitive sensation becomes a hypnotic anchor, drawing your mind away from any stray thoughts, pulling you gently into the present moment. The profound quiet of your sleeping alcove is absolute, a velvety darkness that feels both vast and intimate. No distant sounds intrude, no lingering echoes of the day's activities remain. The only presence is the soft, steady rhythm of your own breath, a continuous, internal sound that fills the silence with a deep sense of peace. You feel the comforting pressure of the vicuña blanket, its dense, soft fibers creating a perfectly insulated cocoon, holding your warmth against the subtle coolness of the night. The cool, solid stone of the alcove walls, unseen, feels like a protective, embracing presence, holding you securely. You surrender fully to this deep stillness, allowing your awareness to dissolve into the rhythmic flow of your breath. Each inhale deepens your relaxation, each exhale releases you further into the profound quiet. The boundaries of your body seem to soften, blurring with the surrounding darkness, becoming one with the immense peace of the night. The gentle, continuous rhythm of your breath, a constant, soothing presence, guides you deeper and deeper into this state of effortless calm. The soft, steady rhythm of your own breathing, a continuous, internal wave, settles deep within your awareness as you surrender to the profound stillness of the night. The comforting weight of the vicuña blanket, the cool, smooth mat, and the encompassing quiet invite a deeper, unhurried descent into the tranquil, boundless expanse of effortless sleep, a gentle immersion in the rhythmic pulse of your own peaceful existence. The soft, steady rhythm of your breathing, a continuous internal wave, now gently yields as your awareness surfaces from the profound stillness of deep sleep. You feel the cool, smooth texture of your woven cotton sleeping mat against your back, a familiar, grounding presence as the deep, velvety darkness of your high-altitude abode begins to soften, hinting at the earliest approach of dawn. You stir almost imperceptibly, a slow, unhurried movement that creates a delicate, hushed rustle of the finely spun vicuña blanket. Its incredible softness whispers against your cheek, a weightless caress. You take a long, deep breath, tasting the cool, clean air that now carries a faint, earthy scent of ancient stone and the subtle dampness of the pre-dawn mountain air, a familiar and comforting aroma that signals the quiet beginning of a new day. With unhurried grace, you push yourself to a seated position on the mat, feeling its firm yet yielding support. The cool air touches more of your skin, a gentle invitation to awaken fully. You rise, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth surface of the polished stone floor. Each step is deliberate, a soft thud that quickly fades into the quiet of the room. You move towards a narrow, precisely cut opening that serves as a window, a single aperture in the thick stone wall. The air here, at the threshold, feels noticeably cooler, fresh with the promise of a new day. You lean against the cool, unyielding stone of the jamb, feeling its solid presence. Through the opening, the world outside begins to reveal itself. The sky above the eastern peaks is no longer black, but a deep, velvety indigo, gradually lightening to a soft, ethereal gray at the horizon. But your gaze is drawn downwards, into the valleys below your high-altitude dwelling. There, a profound transformation is slowly, silently unfolding. A thick, pearlescent mist, like a vast, undulating sea, rests in the deepest hollows. It is a soft, luminous white, catching the very first, almost imperceptible hints of light from the eastern sky, making it appear to glow from within. You watch as the mist begins its slow, deliberate unfurling. It is not a sudden movement, but a gradual, organic expansion, like a great, silent breath. Tendrils of vapor, delicate and insubstantial, begin to stretch upwards, curling around the lower slopes of the mountains, tracing the invisible contours of the land. The movement is mesmerizingly slow, almost imperceptible from moment to moment, yet undeniably present. You notice how the edges of the mist soften and blur against the still dark mountainsides, creating a delicate, ethereal boundary. The air here, at your high vantage point, feels incredibly clean and crisp, carrying a faint, damp scent from the rising mist, mingled with the dry, earthy aroma of the ancient stones. The profound quiet of the pre-dawn is absolute, broken only by the almost imperceptible whoosh of a high-altitude breeze, a soft, continuous whisper that barely stirs the air. You feel the cool, unyielding stone of the window frame against your hands, a grounding presence as you observe the silent, majestic unfolding below. As the light subtly strengthens, the mist takes on new hues. Where the nascent light touches it directly, it glows with a soft, ethereal gold. a delicate shimmer that speaks of its ephemeral nature. In the deeper shadows, it remains a pearlescent gray, creating a subtle contrast. The slow, continuous movement of the mist, its silent expansion and contraction, becomes a hypnotic visual, drawing your awareness deeper and deeper into a state of profound calm. You observe how it reveals, then conceals, the familiar shapes of the valleys, transforming the known landscape into a dreamlike, undulating canvas. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool, clean air fill your lungs, carrying the subtle, damp scent of the mist. The slow, silent unfurling of mist from the valleys below, now a fading image, gives way to the subtle fragrance of damp earth that drifts into your high-altitude dwelling. You turn from the window, leaving the vast, awakening landscape, and step into the cool, contained quiet of your private chambers. The early morning light, still soft and diffused, barely penetrates the thick stone walls, yet the air itself carries a distinct, refreshing aroma. You walk towards the center of the room, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth surface of the polished stone floor. Each step is deliberate, a soft thud that quickly fades into the quiet. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the subtle fragrance of damp earth after a light overnight dew, carried on the crisp morning air. It is a clean, fresh, almost mineral scent, mingled with a faint, sweet aroma of growing things and ancient stone, a grounding perfume that invigorates without disturbing your tranquility. You pause, allowing the subtle fragrance to fill your awareness. It is not a strong, overpowering scent, but a delicate, elusive presence, a quiet reminder of the earth's nocturnal cycle. You imagine the tiny, glistening droplets of dew that would have settled on the broad leaves of plants in the garden, on the rough surfaces of the stones, slowly evaporating as the sun rises higher. The air feels cool and clean against your skin, a refreshing caress that sharpens your senses. You close your eyes for a moment, focusing on the subtle aroma. The scent of damp earth is deep, primal, and deeply calming, connecting you to the ancient rhythms of the land. You envision the dark, rich soil of the terraced fields, now subtly moistened, ready to receive the warmth of the day. The fragrance seems to carry a quiet promise of growth and renewal, a gentle, understated presence that invites a profound sense of peace. You open your eyes, allowing your gaze to drift across the soft, dim light of the chamber. The cool, smooth stone walls, unseen in the subdued light, feel like a protective, embracing presence, holding you securely within this ancient dwelling. The air remains still, undisturbed, holding the accumulated quiet of the early morning. The only sound is the soft, rhythmic presence of your own breathing, a steady, internal wave in the profound silence. You take another slow, deep breath, allowing the subtle fragrance of damp earth to settle deeper within you. The scent is continuous, yet varies subtly in intensity, a delicate ebb and flow that mimics the rhythm of your breath. It blends seamlessly with the faint, dry aroma of stored textiles and ancient cedar wood that is always present in your chambers, creating a layered, natural perfume that is uniquely comforting. The cool, clean air feels refreshing, a gentle awakening for your senses. The subtle fragrance of damp earth, a delicate and grounding presence, continues to subtly permeate the crisp morning air of your high-altitude dwelling. You feel the profound quiet, the cool, smooth stone, and the subtle, refreshing aroma creating a deep sense of peace, inviting a deeper, unhurried surrender to the tranquil, boundless expanse of effortless calm. a gentle immersion in the rhythmic, natural world's quiet awakening. Your breath continues its slow, steady rhythm, a gentle internal wave in the ocean of quiet. The subtle fragrance of damp earth, now a distant memory of the day's fresh dawn, gently recedes as you draw deeper into the profound quiet of your ancestral chambers. You step over the smooth, cool stone threshold, leaving the last vestiges of the evening light behind, and enter a realm of contained stillness and deep peace. The air here, in the advancing night, feels noticeably cooler and more settled, carrying a faint, dry scent of ancient stone and perhaps a subtle, sweet aroma of dried herbs, a grounding perfume that signals the quiet culmination of the day. You walk with unhurried grace across the polished stone floor, your bare feet finding the familiar, cool surface. Each step is deliberate, a soft, almost imperceptible thud that quickly fades into the quiet. The thick, precisely fitted stone walls of your chambers absorb all sound, creating a profound silence that feels both vast and intimately embracing. The dim, steady glow of a carefully shielded lamp, placed on a low, intricately carved wooden table, casts long, soft shadows that stretch and blur in the corners of the room, deepening the sense of quiet and introspection. You approach your sleeping mat, its familiar, firm yet yielding surface of woven reeds covered with layers of soft, finely spun cotton. The cool, smooth texture of the cotton is a welcoming sensation beneath your fingertips as you settle onto the mat with unhurried grace. Your body, weary from the day's quiet activities, stretches out, finding its accustomed resting place with a gentle sigh. There is a soft, dry rustle of your simple sleeping garments as you adjust, a delicate whisper that quickly fades into the profound quiet. An attendant, moving with the silent, respectful grace you are accustomed to, approaches your mat. Their presence is barely a shadow in the dim light of the chamber. You feel the gentle, almost imperceptible swish of finely woven fabric as they carefully lift and unfurl a blanket of exceptional vicuña wool. Its deep, rich brown hue is almost invisible in the subdued light, but its quality is evident in the subtle rustle of its dense, soft fibers. The air around it seems to stir, carrying a faint, clean scent of pure, undyed wool, a natural, grounding aroma. With a slow, deliberate motion, the attendant gently lowers the blanket over you. You feel its immediate, comforting weight as it settles, a profound, enveloping pressure that spreads from your shoulders down to your feet. The vicuña wool, incredibly dense yet impossibly soft, conforms precisely to the contours of your body, creating an instant cocoon of warmth. The fibers whisper against your skin, a delicate, almost feathery touch that encourages a deep sigh of complete release. The subtle friction of the wool against the cotton sheet beneath it creates a continuous, hushed, shush-shush, a soft, rhythmic sound that is deeply soothing and repetitive. You shift slightly, allowing the blanket to settle even more completely around you. The gentle pressure feels like a profound, unwavering embrace, a comforting anchor that draws you deeper into the mat. You trace the smooth, even weave of the vicuña with your fingertips, feeling its unparalleled softness, its delicate resilience. The blanket holds a consistent, comforting warmth, a perfect barrier against the cool mountain night that now fully envelops the world outside. You feel the muscles in your back and shoulders release any lingering tension, sinking fully into the soft, yielding layers of the mat and blanket. The weight is substantial, yet never oppressive, allowing for a complete sense of ease and security, a profound sense of being held. The profound quiet of your ancestral chambers deepens, becoming almost tangible. The last vestiges of the day's light have long since vanished, replaced by an absolute velvety darkness that feels both vast and intimately protective. The profound peace of your ancestral chambers, now fully enveloping you, deepens as you surrender to the quiet of your sleeping mat. You feel the unparalleled softness of the vicuña blanket, a continuous, delicate caress, settled over your form. The cool, smooth texture of your woven cotton sleeping mat against your back provides a steady, unchanging anchor in the deep, velvety darkness of the night. You lie perfectly still, nestled within the generous layers of the finely spun vicuña blanket and the firm yet yielding cotton mat. Your body, deeply relaxed from the day's quiet rituals, feels heavy and grounded, sinking gently into the prepared surface beneath you. The air around you is perfectly still, cool, and exquisitely clean, carrying the faintest dry scent of pure wool and ancient stone, a grounding aroma that has long signaled deep rest. Your attention slowly, effortlessly turns inwards, settling on the soft, steady rhythm of your own breathing. Each inhale is a gentle expansion, a quiet intake of the cool, clean air. You feel your chest rise, a subtle, unhurried movement that lifts the light weight of the blanket. As you exhale, your body softens further, releasing any lingering tension, allowing your muscles to melt deeper into the mat. The breath leaves your body with a soft, almost imperceptible hush, a continuous gentle whisper that becomes the sole, lulling focus of your awareness. The rhythm is perfectly even, a slow, continuous wave that rises and falls with effortless grace, an ancient lullaby of your own being. The profound quiet of your sleeping alcove is absolute, a velvety darkness that feels both vast and intimately protective. No distant sounds intrude, no lingering echoes of the day's activities remain. The only presence is the soft, steady rhythm of your own breath, a continuous, internal sound that fills the silence with a deep sense of peace. You feel the comforting pressure of the vicuña blanket, its dense, soft fibers creating a perfectly insulated cocoon, holding your warmth against the subtle coolness of the night. The cool, solid stone of the alcove walls, unseen, feels like an embracing presence, holding you securely within this high-altitude dwelling. You allow your thoughts, like wisps of smoke, to slowly unravel and dissipate. They drift away, lighter and lighter, carried on the gentle current of your breath, no longer holding any form or meaning. The boundaries of your consciousness begin to soften, blurring with the surrounding darkness, becoming one with the immense peace that permeates your chambers. This is a deep, unresisting surrender, a quiet release from all conscious effort, a gentle letting go. As thoughts dissolve, an internal vision begins to form, a profound, expansive image of the Andean night sky. It is not something you see with your eyes, but something you feel, a vast, silent tapestry woven with countless, distant points of starlight. Each star is a silent, shimmering thread of light against an infinite, inky blackness. You feel the immense, cold void of space, yet it is not empty, but filled with this quiet, ancient brilliance. The imagined starlight, though distant, feels like a gentle, cool touch on your consciousness, a silent, pervasive hum that vibrates just beyond the threshold of hearing, a subtle, cosmic music. You drift further, allowing the image of this silent, star-woven tapestry to expand, to become boundless. Your own sense of self begins to merge with this vastness, dissolving into the quiet, shimmering expanse. The rhythmic flow of your breath, now almost imperceptible, becomes a part of this cosmic rhythm, a tiny, peaceful wave in an ocean of profound stillness. The cool, clean air, the soft, dry scent of the wool, and the encompassing darkness all blend into a single, seamless sensation of deep, effortless peace.